What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Best Bet Live 2-5, no limit hold'em, deep stack cash. My name's Dustin Shacklock. We got the E-Train in the house, Eddie Marskoski, Eric Steinball. Tell them what's up.
What's up, everyone? I'm Eddie Marskoski. Sitting next to me is my partner and co-train conductor, Eric Steinball. Welcome. You are watching 2-5 no limit, deep stack, $1,500 max buy-in. Looks like this is the first hand getting underway as we speak.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. Like Eddie said, I'm Eric. Welcome to the stream. Got a 2-5 deep for you tonight. Hopefully going to have some good action. Pretty sure it's a full moon out there, so I'm expecting a lot of wildness.
Let's do it. Let's get weird.
Oh, it will no doubt be weird. Weird and wild.
At least in the booth.
Always. Looks like we're having a bit of a graphics.
There we go. All right, we're catching up.
Okay.
We're getting with it.
I think it was raised to 75.
It's like straddle. Got the raise. Can't have queens here.
It says she won 17, so it must have been straddled to 10. So it was a pretty big open if she opened to 75 with the ace-9 of clubs.
And looks like Felipe 3-bet the queens and she let it go.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a 3-bet to 75. Even that seems a little low.
All right, now we're in business. Now we got some cards. We got some chips. Like they said, $1,500 max. Most of the players in this game came in for the max. Looks like Diane came in a little short. Everyone else came in right around 1,500. Let's push some chips around.
Yeah, here we go. John B. raising the ace-queen. 25. Boomer on the button is going to make the call. A raggy ace.
Felipe comes along out of the big blind with the king-queen off. 3 ways to this flop.
Oh, big flop. Ace, king, queen, 2 pair for Felipe and John. All spades, though. Not a spade out there.
So like Felipe is going to check it over to John. He's going to see bet 40 here. Boomer does got the top pair, but can't really face much on any further streets, but decides to peel 1.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to let go of an ace no matter what.
Yeah. Felipe kind of handcuffed with his bottom 2 pair here on all spades, just goes with the call.
Oh, 4 spades on the turn. That's going to slow this action down.
I'd love to see Boomer go for it there.
Yeah, realizing that he's not going to be able to win this thing with a weak ace.
Yeah. So it does check through. Back to Felipe here on the river. Goes ahead and checks. And this will probably check through again.
Yeah, it's going to get checked all the way down. And Felipe's going to say, ooh, I like that turn now.
Yeah, saving a little bit of money.
Glad it wasn't the 4 of diamonds. Could have lost a little more. John B takes a little $130 pot. Or excuse me, $130 profit. Cletus in the Twitch chat, welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Been a couple weeks since we were back in this booth with you guys.
Guns 33.
They said they're getting stuff.
Welcome back. Kristen Budrick in the Facebook chat. Choo choo.
There she is.
All aboard.
Keep you guys in line.
Yeah, I'll take a drink when you're
Always.
ready.
Someone's got to.
Always.
Yeah,
I
no
need
problem.
So we got another straddle this hand. Fold all the way around to the blinds. Big blind's going to call it, and straddle will check heads up.
Okay.
9 deuce deuce, and it looks like Kev leads out 20. I like that lead. I like it a lot. He's got a diamond. He's got the backdoor straight. 3 or 6 who give an open-ended. He can continue firing. Some of them pots where very unlikely for your opponent to have anything. So let's go ahead and try to take him down. Let's not wait for him to hit something. Small pots matter.
I'm hoping. Hey, get on the list. Get on the list.
Oh, must be some fish swimming around this table,
Come on,
telling
man.
them to get on the
I'll
list.
buy drinks.
Even offering them drinks. Ooh.
Put me on the list whenever you're
I'll
going.
tell you what, it's 2-5 live stream. I don't think there's been a night where there hasn't been some fish at the table.
Looks like Jarrett's going to raise the 10-8 of diamonds here to 25. Boomer waking up with the jacks right behind him. He's going to 3-bet. It's like 80 to go.
Quick 3-bet. Ooh, John B in the big blind. He's gonna cold call here. Boomer doesn't love this. Of course, John or Jared's gonna make the call as well. To the flop they go. Ace, 8, deuce. John B flops an ace.
Yeah, takes the lead here with that top pair. Backdoor heart draw. He does check it.
Jared
Interesting.
fires out 110. This is a very interesting bet. No diamond out there, just the 10-8. Got middle pair. No back doors. On ace high, you assume it's going to spike one of the 3 players or one of the other 2.
Yeah, no diamonds as either.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like this lead. He's going to get called by ace queen.
Yeah, at this point, John, no point in him betting. Should continue to check.
Now he's in full bluff mode. He's like, well, I got to somehow get an ace to fold here. The problem is when the big blind cold calls 80 pre-flop, the only aces he has are good ones. So now you're trying to get a good ace to fold, and that's tough, especially when the turn is a king.
Let's see if John can continue to check here. He does.
Yeah, he's just in bluff catching mode. 250 or 200 from Jared on the end.
Quick call by John.
Yeah, John says, all right, well, I got to pay it off. I got the best 1-pair ace you can have. That's going to take it down. Profit of 622. Jared with a triple barrel there in a 3-way 3-bet pot.
Yeah, once he decided to bet that flop, got that pre-flop razor to fold, he didn't want to give it up.
I hear you.
John will be happy to collect that nice one. Biggest pot so far tonight as we just started up.
I can hear the list getting bigger as we speak, actually.
That's right.
Right, we got Anthony checking in from Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
Oh, my apologies.
Baton Rouge.
That's my neck of the woods. Shout out to all my Louisiana people.
Looks like Felipe raised up the ace-queen here to 25 after Jared limped for 5. Diane and Jared both going to call 3 ways to this flop.
Pretty strong flop for Diane here with the middle pair open-ended. Jarrett flops gut shot with his 10. Felipe with just ace-queen high.
Yeah, he c-bets it here, and Diane check raises.
I don't like this this flop to c-bet. Hits a lot of calling ranges. Yep, Diane's gonna check raise with the middle pair and straight draw and get Felipe to lay down the ace-queen. Diane, no stranger to the stream. Been on plenty of tournament final tables, live stream cash, ladies tournaments, all sorts of things, charity events. Certainly her and her husband Mike, who's in the 6th seat, or excuse me, the 5. Regular locals to the room, both no stranger to the live stream. 2 of the more familiar faces.
Right, we got a button straddle this hand. Felipe with the queen 4 of clubs, going to raise it up to 25.
Felipe mad about that last hand, getting check raised on the flop. Kev trade defends from the cutoff, 2 6s, and the straddler John B defends with ace 7. Jack 8-4 is the flop. Kev's 2 6s in the lead right now.
Checks all the way around on the flop. Ten of diamonds on the turn. Felipe's going to lead out here and take it down.
Pre-flop aggression working out here for Felipe. Profits $50 in a spot where could have just folded free. He's ready to play. I think they're all ready to play.
Yeah. I know I'm ready to play. Can I commentate and play at the same time? Squeeze me in there in the middle.
I'd love to work something like that out. Could you commentate, play, and deal?
I mean, I could do it. I could make it happen. Might be a bit of an S show. But, you know, 50-50.
Well, if you're involved.
50-50.
Diane's going to raise the button here with the king 9 of clubs. $20. She's not going to lose either of the blinds. Jarrett's going to come along with the 9, or yeah, Ben's going to come along from the small blind with deuces, and Jarrett comes along from the big blind with 9-6. Ace 3-5 gets checked around. 9 on the turn. Giving Jarrett and Diane a pair.
I would like to see Diane bet that, bet that flop.
Absolutely, yeah. Look at that. She should have a lot of aces in her range opening. And she's got the backdoor clubs with her exact hand, king 9 clubs. Sometimes
Now
you get them.
pulls out a chop here when the river pair's the bottom pair. Now they both have the ace kicker.
Sometimes you can get them to call with a 3 or 5 and then barrel on good turns. Here comes a club. And give them a fold their pairs.
Once again, thank you guys for joining us. If you're just getting in on the feeds, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, thanks for joining us. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. Got a lot of streams coming up.
That's right. We got one tomorrow night as well.
Can't get enough of us.
I think tomorrow's 2-2.
I believe so.
Chris Martin in the Facebook chat says, let the cards fly. Good luck, everyone. Cards are flying. Chips are flying. Mike's raising it up. King, queen offsuit, 25. John B coming along with the offsuit 9-10.
Jared coming here along with the king jack as well, the small blind. Boomer, let's go his big. 3 ways. Three, 3-4 rainbow flop. Not the flop we were hoping for. We wanted massive action.
No pain. That's a painless flop.
Yeah, king, queen, jack. Yeah, that's the kind of flop we want with those hands.
That's exactly what we want. Mike bets 45 with his king queen. He's going to get 2 folds. Mike's on the board here early.
I believe in the Facebook chat they're asking if it was a chop. I believe he did chop it that way.
9s and 3s with an ace, right? Yeah.
Unless he didn't see the muck. I might have missed it.
Did he muck his hand?
I'm not sure. That's what they're potentially saying in the Facebook chat. I saw Diane getting chips. I thought I saw Chase's hands going 2 different ways, but I could have been mistaken. The glare off the head might have confused me. My boy Chase.
That's messed up.
Chase, one of our dealers here tonight, along with Adonis, I believe.
That's messed up. Can you do that? Is that even allowed?
I mean, I have the same haircut, so I absolutely can.
I know. That's what I mean. Like, should you be doing that?
Under the gun straddle here.
It's your people, man.
It's like I can make fun of him, but no one else can, right?
Okay, yeah.
One of those
situations.
And Ben's going to raise up the 8-7 spades here in the cutoff to 35. And only Felipe is going to call out of the straddle for 25 more, and we go heads up. Queen 8-6, 2 clubs, both with a pair. Some back doors.
Yeah, Ben's going to bet his 8, backdoor spades. Like this fold by Felipe. Not much else going on. Let's get out of the way with our bottom pair, terrible kicker. We're in bad shape, even against bluffs.
Yeah, they're saying he mucked, and Chase shoved the whole pot to Diane.
Well, looks like we got.
What happens sometimes?
Looks like Jarrett's
Leaving us so fast.
Racking up. Gonna put that list to use early. Maybe he was on the list for another game. I don't know. Why would he sign up for the live stream? He's play a rotation. Could have gotten an important text or something. I don't know. We'll see who comes in for him here.
Oh shit. I keep looking at him. I didn't even look that way, bro. That's what I do in a panic. I raise.
He might have ran out of bullets in that gun.
I have to raise, you know.
triple barrel failed. Go somewhere else to reload. Uh-oh, here we go. Felipe raising a 40 here with the King Jack. John waking up with the Rockets.
Crazy Daisy, 125. Oh. Oh, Jarrett trying to leave the game.
Can't leave that hand.
Poker gods have something else in mind. Calls the 125. Boomer. Cold calling from the straddle, button straddle with ace queen of clubs. Now Felipe closing the action. Should getting a heck of a price here. See a
But
flop.
it's such a
Terrible
hand that's going to get you, can easily get you in so much trouble, and that's what he's thinking right now. But he looks at the math and just can't call, or can't fold.
What do we say? That closing the pot can justify it so often.
Yeah, and can't win if you ain't in it. So
I mean, that one right there goes without saying.
let's see what kind of fun flop we can find.
Not fun. 9 deuce deuce.
1 heart, 1 club.
John B way out ahead. 89%.
Got a virtual lock on this hand.
I mean, when you got aces 4 ways in a 3-bet pot, this is a pretty great flop.
Yeah, looks like John C-bets 250 here.
Jarrett's going to be gone with the quickness.
Yeah, so I should take it down. Boomer might get a little sticky here. He's thinking about it with the backdoor clubs, but he lets it go.
Yeah, a guy bets 250 into 3 other players after he 3-bet pre-flop. He's probably got a good hand. Let's give him some credit.
Chris asked him what he missed. Jarrett scooped an early pot and run, and now he lost one big one.
Triple
And,
barrel, got called down by top pair, and then was out. We've only played one orbit.
Yeah. So something else came up. Not sure.
But I do know that Kelly Slay is down that list. Couple or few, so we could see some Kelly Slay action in here tonight.
Everybody wants some of that.
Yeah. Boy, he livens up the table, doesn't he?
All Titleist hats do.
All Titleist hats do. That's right.
David checking in from Bangor, Maine. Beautiful city. I was fortunate enough, me and a few buddies hiked the 100-mile wilderness a few years back. Had a fun couple nights over there in Bangor. So he goes 3 ways to this flop. Ace-6-4, 2 hearts. Kev with the gutter. Boomer outflops Diane. Or I'm sorry, Boomer flops the only pair. Diane does assign to C-bet this time. Gets called by Boomer. Kev lets it go, or heads up to the turn.
Got the backdoor Broadway, backdoor flush. Representing an ace pre-flop. I don't hate this continuation bet here.
Turn came out, and something happened.
I think Kev put a check raise in on that. Did the turn come out?
I looked like I thought I saw him fold.
Or Boomer takes it down.
I don't know. Well, anyways.
Looks like we got a button straddle this hand.
Kim Bone checking in on the Facebook. Hello, Poker family.
Hello,
Thanks
hello.
for joining us.
Felipe from the straddle says, let's put a little more in there. King Jack of diamonds.
Juice it up.
85, 75 more to go. Kev says, yeah, my hand's good enough. I'll call. Boomer's out of the way, heads up.
Yeah, John let go of that king queen as well.
9-4 deuce.
Pretty good flop for Kev. Felipe does decide to C-bet here. Gets check raised.
And we've been seeing some check raises.
Yeah, way more than seeing on a standard 2-5 game.
Yeah, I like it. Small 300 here. Felipe bet 125. It's got to be thinking, what can he check raise me so small with? Yeah. Definitely not deep enough to be peeling that.
And Kev takes it down.
Got stubborn with the 10-9 suited pre-flop, and it paid off for him.
All right, looks like we got our new player in. Replacing Jared.
How's it going? It's going all right. How you doing? Pretty good. What was your name again? Wendell. Wendell? How many chips you playing, everyone? He's got 3 behind right now. 300, all right, so we're 3 behind the 3. Good luck.
Generally, players that sit down at the table just win right away. I don't know. It seems to be a thing. I always have caution against the new guy.
Yeah. That beginner's luck type thing.
Folded 8-4 of hearts. Bad move there, Wendell.
Looks like Wendell comes in for 300. That's a good move for folding the 8-4 of hearts, Wendell. Good fold, sir. Don't listen to Eric Steinball. 1K here. He'll get you stuck. Get that 300 in there quick.
4 ways to this flop.
8-4. See, now he's stuck there with a draw and all that money in there. Got to just go with it.
Sounds like a quadruple up to me. Ben's going to see bet 60 here.
Ben with pocket jacks has him in pretty bad shape. Another raise on the flop. Boomer with ace queen. Gonna make it 150.
Yeah, going for it here.
Very interesting. Ben's certainly not gonna be able to fold for 1 bet here with his gut shot as well as his overpair. Oh wow. Money card for Boomer. Ben's not gonna be able to go anywhere on this turn either. 8-4 of hearts looking pretty decent though.
I'm just saying.
A lot of jacks out though. Half the jacks. 225 from Boomer. Boomer's got 756 behind.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what Ben's thinking right now. Check raises flop, bets turn. He's going to be shoving river. Very high majority of the time.
Agreed. A lot of scare cards though can shut people down in these spots, so it's not going to be a guarantee. This board's pretty wet. Oh, and he's going to lay it down. Wow, turns even more equity.
I would have loved to rabbit cam that. Get Wendell that triple up right away.
To go. But does fold the worst hand.
Yeah, makes the right decision. And Boomer playing that very aggressively on the flop. Ended up not getting him paid on the turn when he actually pulls ahead.
That's right. Yeah, but he liked the way that one ended up.
Oh, absolutely.
Got all his equity to fold out, takes it down without having to see a river.
Ideal.
In a spot where he was stepping out of line a little bit on the flop anyhow. But that's why you do it with some equity. He knew he had gut shot and overs. Or no gut shot.
Yeah, just the overs.
Backdoor straight draw.
Got button straddled this hand. Over to Boomer, gonna raise it up to 55. Mystery hand.
Wyatt Harris says, love watching this live. Always great play and great commentating. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. All right, ace, ace, 5, 2 spades. John B with a flush draw. Boomer is still not quite sure what he's got, but he's gonna see bet 75.
I bet he's got the best hand.
Considering king high would be the best hand, I tend to agree with you when he bets into 3 people.
Yeah, you see how good I am?
I mean, they don't call you Eddie for nothing.
They don't.
Felipe gonna peel one here with his backdoor diamonds and draws.
Ooh, we're gonna spike it right on the turn.
And we're slowing down after getting called in 2 spots.
450 in the middle here. We turn the jack high flush on a paired flop. Let's bet it. Yeah, 125. A little small, but I don't hate it. A lot of hands have to continue. Boomer's got a hand. Got any ace with a spade, he's going to come along. Any ace is going to come along likely. If he's got like 10s with the 10 of spades, jacks with the jack of spades, some kind of hand like that.
Well, 10s with a 10 of spades would be bad. Because then.
Well, we got jack 10, so it's hard for him to have that, but 8s, say.
Boomer checks it over, and John is going to bet it again, just thinking how much.
Look, he bets 275. 275. John calls. John must have had an ace. Just to bet the flop with an ace.
Nice. 275. Oh.
No boomers.
Oh, said
Pocket nines?
I think he said no, I had a flush. Boomer asked him, did he
Boomer
have an
wins.
ace?
I'm not sure why it's showing John. Because we never saw Boomer's card, so it's registering John
Right.
the ones. But it looks like he's showing pocket nines or pocket tens.
Oh, so Boomer did win.
Yeah, Boomer wins. Boomer's the one to bet that 275. John ended up calling.
All right, John's
Okay.
taking over. Good luck to you all. Appreciate you.
Yeah, the fact that those cards never ended up getting registered,
we didn't get
the
this-
program couldn't
Is it pocket nines?
show it. Yeah, when he flipped it up, it looked either pocket nines or pocket tens.
Yeah.
So it could easily been those nines with the, not the nice space, because he would have just turned it.
We should put big squares on the table so the players know where to put their cards.
I mean, it would help.
Yeah, that would
We should talk to somebody about that.
that's pretty inventive, right?
Adonis in the box.
The man
V.
slinging them tonight. Stay in your lane. Cletus, I like that. That's pretty good.
Adonis, stay in your lane.
He's a man of many lanes around here.
I think it's tomorrow. Some 350.
Renaissance man like you can do it all.
Really? Chocolate plant. What
At
color?
least pretend.
Kind of black.
Fake it till you make it.
Oh, the for holiday.
Keep repping the nuts.
That must be why I'm single.
The ones with the red.
Cletus, I sent you a whisper about your YouTube giveaway win last night. Go check your Twitch messages. Hit me back.
He knows the guy, man. He like wears Yeezys every day.
A whisper, huh?
A whisper, yeah.
You ever think you'd be whispering to a guy named Cletus?
No. If you'd have told, I mean, I'm from Mississippi, so it's not that far out of the realm of possibilities.
That's true. 50-50, really.
Yeah, it's not far from where I could have ended up, you know. Can't wash it off, you know what I'm saying?
No, it stays with you.
You know, you're from Dinsmore.
Shout out.
Flippy going to raise up to 25 here with the Jack 10.
You gonna felt me again like you did at the table?
Huh?
You gonna felt me again?
Only Boomer's going to
try.
call with the Queen 9 of clubs.
Promise not.
That's always the goal.
Yeah.
Heads up.
Top pair for Boomer here, and he's just going to leave right into Felipe. Takes it down. Poker Yoda checking in here on the Twitch as well. Welcome, welcome.
Hands that hit it in the last couple days. I think you were due that one.
Guns 33 saying Yuma's trolling TCH stream. Making his way around to all of them.
Yeah, Nick from Yuma, I just told him in the chat. I saw him on morning coffee with Jonathan Little this morning.
Oh yeah, I see him on Solve for Why.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
He
he's
just
on
makes the
Berkey
rounds,
streams,
huh?
yeah.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
That's
he
awesome.
Makes the rounds.
That's awesome.
I'd never be up early for a pair of shoes.
Hardman80 in the Twitch chat. Jordan's got the night off tonight. You got me, Dustin, Eddie Marskoski, Eric Steinball, the E-Train plus me.
Jordan out there on the main floor dealing tonight. It's gonna be Jordan tomorrow.
Some people have
Could be.
You off tomorrow, Shacklock?
I think it's Adonis. I think you guys got Donnie and I think you got Chris Brouch.
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
Donnie and the Brouch man.
Yeah, boss man told me Brouch was gonna be coming in. That's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Tune in tomorrow.
Debbie Shoemaker in the YouTube chat. Shout out. What's up? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Matthew Dixon says, what's up from Dallas? What's up from Jacksonville? Thanks for watching.
Calling Mike out for being a nit in the Facebook chat.
He c-bet that one flop, remember?
No.
He did. He did.
Yeah, it's been a while.
He'll get involved. Listen,
Oh yeah.
he'll do some things.
He'll
Mike
mix it
Mike
up.
likes to pick his spots. I'm sure you've probably played with him plenty, Eddie. So have I.
Mike and Diane, I've known them for over a decade. I've played with them for years.
Yeah,
Played-
Mike just picks his spots. He's a pretty good hand reader. He knows where he is.
Back in the day, he used to pick a lot more spots. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
He had to snug it up a little bit, huh?
Mike was good for the game back in them home game days.
Had to snug it up.
I think he got with Diane, and Diane taught him a few things.
Speaking of Diane, gonna raise it up to 20 here with the king queen.
Anybody call?
Bunch of callers, 6 ways to this flop.
6 ways, bingo.
The 5 of us at the Circle Bar at the Rio.
Yes. Oh yeah. Remind me some more.
All of us were there.
Yeah, I was there too. I forgot that.
Of course you did.
That was the day before I flew home. All right, 994 flop, 10 still in the lead. Bet 75.
No, yeah, I was gonna fold. I just don't want to let go of the cards.
Should take her down.
You bet.
And it does.
You have a small pocket there.
Wendell up a quick hundo since he sat down.
There we go, on the board. See what that tight, disciplined fold pre-flop will get you.
Could be up 2K by now.
I remember Boomer made a full house on that hand, so
That was different hand.
we're gonna call it that one.
We didn't see the river on his hand.
Details.
Alright, I don't want to play that much for
Another under the gun straddle here. Diane will be first 2A. Poker Yoda saying the E-Train is back. We are. 2-week little vacay. And we are back with you tonight.
Yep. Feels good to be back in the booth. I don't like to leave it for such a long time. Boomer's gonna limp in here from the cutoff. Open limp with 2 9s. Maybe he smelled something. Kev right behind him. Or excuse me, from the big blind wakes up with 2 aces. Raises it up to 80.
And that'll get everyone out but the 9s, I assume. We're gonna go heads up to this flop.
Hmm, 4 4 5. Pretty good flop if you got 9s. Of course, Kev did raise it up from the blinds, showing some strength. Now he's going to continue with that story. 150 into 180. Big sizing here.
Yeah, you might be thinking, if he's got the overpair, he's going to be calling anyway. So might as well get that big size to make that stack to pot ratio where he can't fold, depending on how I price him in turn river.
You know what I'm thinking here is that the sizing ace king would choose? Is that the sizing ace queen would choose? Or would they probably go like 125, 120 just in case?
Yeah. Another under here, 3 of diamonds.
350 now. Now we know it's not ace king or ace queen.
Yeah, we can pretty easily lay this down here in this spot for
Says
basically our stack.
Says
But no, he's
Says he's only got 675, but that's got to be.
it was the pot that we didn't register his cards that hasn't put it into
That's
his
right.
stack yet.
He won a big one that hand. Sitting there with over 1,000 for sure. Over 15.
Looks like he doesn't want to let it go yet.
a big hand.
Oh, he has to let it go now.
He's gonna fold now. You can't give up this information and then make a call.
No.
You wouldn't think at least 350 here.
I don't know. We see some wild stuff in these
That's
streams.
true.
sometimes.
I gotta stop.
He just has quads.
I gotta stop talking in these absolutes because it's just not. Nothing's absolute.
That's right. You're gonna put it out in the universe.
You see it
A
all.
lot better in pocket eights.
Oh, he says I got a lot better in pocket eights. That's gonna be enough information right there for me to fold pocket 9s.
Those 2 9s are going in the muck.
Jacks.
You're right.
So I got a lot better in pocket 8s, and I believe him. Sounding like an honest man. He don't want anything to roll off when he should realize he's got stranglehold on this one.
Say what?
You open for $10. I know you're weak.
Now Kev's talking back saying, I know you're weak. That's why I'm making this big bet.
You limped, or I think he said you opened for $10, but he limped.
You
'cause
limped
this
for
was a
$10,
straddle.
yeah.
I know you're weak. He's trying to somehow convince him that he's bluffing now that he feels he's got stranglehold on it.
Last hand, Boomer did say, oh, I knew I was folding. I just didn't want to let go of the cards yet.
Yeah, you're good.
Boomer says all in and gets snapped called.
Wow, Kev talks him into it.
Wow.
Oopsie daisy.
Oopsie daisy is right. Boomer's going to need a 9 here.
Kev snap calls, and you can just see through the mask the disgust on his face.
You could. You really could. You're going to. This is
Max Payne in the chat.
our
Max
first
Payne.
$3,000 pot of the night. Boomer with a oopsie daisy here on the turn. Check raises all in. Gets snap called by Kev's aces. And they are going to have the 2 on the river. Inconsequential.
Yeah, aces turn into the straight.
Makes the straight.
Monster pot. $3,080 going Kev's way. 2 aces doubling up. Boomer just couldn't find the fold.
Big early double for Kev.
Really thought Kev was talking too much. Kev's talk got him the call.
Yeah.
Nice speech play there. Confused Boomer and thinking his hand was best, or possibly that he would even fold. Pocket ace is certainly not going to be folding. He snap called. Boomer knew it right from the start. Bad idea. This one goes when the aggression goes wrong.
Got G giving his 3 cents over there in the Facebook chat. I consider his 2 cents a little more valuable. So
Must
I
be
give him the 3 center.
Amish.
French.
Close enough.
That's yours.
That's yours to take that.
Says bottom of this flop calling range, plus not a lot of double barrel bluffs in population, plus the speech equals a pretty standard fold. Yeah, that's what we were saying, even with the size and the 350 on the turn.
Yeah, and that's just not. That's just so unlikely to be a double barrel bluff. Big sizing lines up really well for everything. Lines up for big overpairs. You know, the raised pre-flop, the almost the 3/4 pot on the flop, big turn sizing. But when they tell us that story, let's believe it. You know, like he's wrote a pretty good story here. We're gonna let him get it. That's because he's risking a lot if he doesn't have that hand.
Once again, if you're just joining us on this action, got 2-5 deep stack, no limit hold'em coming from Best Bet, Jacksonville, Florida. Welcome to everyone in the chat. Kevin checking in on the Twitch.
2 queens now for Ben. He's going to raise it up 20. No straddle this hand. G's happy about that 3 cents. NBD. NBD.
Mike's at playing a pot. Pocket jacks just calls.
Wow.
Gonna bring John B along in the big blind with 5-6 of clubs.
How
and
about
flops
this?
Bottom 2.
Bottom 2 on kind of a wet board here.
Oh yeah, that's a fun board to try to
Oh.
use the pre-flop raiser with anyway.
Ben C bets 40 and Mike puts the raise in 110. Now John's sitting here with bottom 2.
It looks like Mike might have only been bought in for about 500 just as well, if the stack sizes are right. So
Yeah, if Mike's only got 336 behind, I like a raise here from John. Let's try to get Mike all in with whatever he has.
and he does make a raise here.
And with this hand, let's push out
Yep.
Ben's range. Ben can even fold aces once this action has came. So
Yeah, and your hand's very vulnerable against aces, so
Yeah.
you definitely just want to go heads up for the 500 stack here.
I mean, and you know, with that sizing, like, you know, Mike's just going to get it all in after he 3-bets and only leaves himself about 350 back. So you're not really calling the 250. You got to really, you're calling 350, 400, whatever Mike gets it in for.
Five boats up here on the turn.
2 outs. Oh,
needed
Mike
it.
just win?
No.
No, Mike needed that 8 on the turn.
Yeah, he
Oh,
voted,
yeah,
voted
yeah.
the turn.
There we go. I see it.
Looks
Counterfeit that 6, but the 5's enough.
Looks like Mike's going to get out of here quick too, or is grabbing the hoodie.
Hoodie in the backpack.
Oh, unsnap the backpack. Time to go.
Yep. John's going to win a little over 500 that hand with his 5-6, paying off.
He's going to have a nice big stack here as well.
Up against queens and jacks, hits the miracle flop.
Actually, I believe his stack will be off a little bit because it gave him the one that Boomer won earlier. So hopefully we'll get those all completely updated here soon for you guys. We got another open seat. Another player about to join us, get in on this wild action.
For all the tournament players out there, if you guys haven't seen the fall calendar, if you guys don't know what's going on in October, we have our Fall Frenzy the weekend of the 24th. That's going to be a $1,500 two-day tournament. We're running a ton of satellites all month. Head over to the website, bestbetjacks.com. Follow the prompts. Check out the tournament calendar. All the details right there. 2 day ones, big day 2, final table right here on Best Bet Live. $1,500 buy-in. Hoping to get around 200 or 300 entries in that thing.
Let me tell you, Shaq, like I was out in Vegas just this past week, and there's people talking about it out there, so I think it's going to get a good turnout.
Stop.
I don't think we'll have any problem filling up every seat that we offer.
You taking the over on 300?
I don't think we'll have any problem filling up the seats we offer.
I like it.
We're not offering 300 seats.
Plus the satellite program, we're going to put a bunch of locals in. So if you're local, you're tuning into the channel tonight, make sure you check out the satellite program. We're going to be running satellites for the next 3 weeks. $300 satellites, 1 in 5. Get you into that $1,500 Fall Frenzy tournament. Not only that, we got the 1010 XL main event finally after all of these months. It's been about 8 months since we've had this thing. That's going to be that's going to be October 28th, I think.
Yeah, the last Wednesday there in October.
Last Wednesday of the month.
Well, we got Dykeman saying he's going to be here.
That's right.
Checking
Andrew
in over
Dykeman,
there.
AD Gator coming down.
Oh, boy. Do we have enough beer?
Now we'll have to talk to Jesse, see if they can order a few more.
That's it, guys. 1010 XL main event, October 28th. $110 buy-in, $110 bounties. That's going to be a busy week for tournaments.
Stephen Frazier chiming in. You know, he's going to try to get in that 1,500.
I like it.
AD Gator says, Miller Lite, Jesse.
Kepche's going to raise it up here. 25 with the ace-9. Gets called in 2 spots. Did Diane just call with 7 deuce? That can't be right.
Ruffles.
Tilted the mic busted.
Huh?
Definitely not her card.
Yeah, she ain't calling 45 with it here.
Clearly one of the cards from the 2 seat registered when the dealer pitched it past the 1 seat. So
Where do we find these dealers?
Now she's going to bet 50. This is a value bet. She thinks she's got the best of it. We got a jack.
Gets a fold out of it, takes it down.
Thomas Billings in the YouTube chat asking about the satellites for the $1,500 Fall Frenzy. We've got one every Tuesday from now until the event on the 24th is the first day one. So every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, $300 satties into that $1,500 Fall Frenzy on October 24th.
Jesse the boss in the Twitch chat says, on it, Miller Lite. Oh, AD Gator coming now. No doubt he'll be here.
Guys, I misspoke. That $1,500 Fall Frenzy, only 1 day one, but we do have a 240 No Limit Hold'em Frenzy warm-up on that Friday, followed by a 360 Fall Monster Stack that Sunday. So if you bust that day too, just slide over, hop in that 360 Monster Stack. That's going to be a busy weekend.
Yeah, that's what we just did here in Vegas this past weekend. They had the 100K at the Venetian. We played that. Eddie was running deep.
1,500 runners.
Yeah, Eddie was running deep in day 2. I hopped in the Sunday single day event. It was a 7K guarantee, turned into 65,000 in the prize pool. And they had to limit the players. That's how much of people are ready for these tourneys. So
Exactly. That's what I mean when people are going to come. People want to play. Vegas showed us that for sure.
Oh, Brian.
I'm pumped. I missed tournament time. I don't have to tell you guys. You guys know.
oh yeah, we're glad it's back.
Look at Boomer just flopping the stones here.
Oopsie daisy.
Yeah, Wendell should definitely be.
4 big blinds in the pot.
Well, that's going to make it interesting.
Yeah, now he's got some chop outs along with the club outs.
Oh, let's get a raise in, Boomer. He has to call with all his king eggs, all his clubs.
Yeah, especially when he leads out into you. Now you let him off the hook. Looks like he's going to bluff into it here, though.
There's the raise. 150.
I like it though. Wendell's showing he ain't just here to catch him hands.
Yeah, you knew his
Fires 2 bullets.
Figured his 2 needed to be bluffed.
Kevin Thiel asking about, I guess, these tournaments on the website. Yeah, head over to bestbetjacks.com under the tournament tab, under the calendars, poker tournament tab. You'll find the PDF of the October calendar. Wyatt Harris says, anything going on the weekend of the 16th? Yeah, just the 160s on Friday and Sunday that weekend. 16th and Sunday at noon. We're doing 160s. Getting about 115 players.
That weekend they do have the trick-or-treat wheel, though, up to $2,000 every hour on the 17th for the high hand.
That's going to be so sick.
Yeah, that'll get the room buzzing.
So a little bit for both sides on that weekend. Looks like it's going to fold all the way around. The button's just going to chop it up. On to the next.
Is it cold at the table? Well, today's like the first day it's been cold this year in Jacksonville, and I wouldn't even really call it cold, but cool. See everyone rocking the sleeves.
Yeah, generally though it is pretty cold in poker rooms. TV tables, these lights make it a lot hotter.
Yeah, I
Diane's
find it
generally
hot.
in a sweater. She's comfortably in a shirt here on the stream.
find it hot at the table at the live stream. And the lights are bright, right above your head.
Casey Jones says, how far is the stream behind the play? We're on a 15-minute delay.
Yeah, Kevin Thiel. Not cold in Jacksonville, that's for sure. Our first non-blistering hot day, really.
That's more accurate.
It's just been so hot, and today it was cool outside. Finally.
It was like 83.
83. That sounds cool.
I went outside and I was like, man, it's still hot. It's still here.
It's hard to go from those flat.
But it was nice last night. I was outside last night. It was nice.
Yeah, it was breezy and cool last night.
Yeah,
So he works outdoors and it's been nice.
It's like a train wreck over there.
Right, Boomer going to straddle the button here.
Yeah, let us know when you get it all together.
Great. Welcome to the
Have your
table.
chips fixed.
All right, first hand in, he's going to raise it up to 30 before he gets his chips unstacked.
Man.
At least I know how to read.
Stacked up.
Right? That's good.
Brian, that is.
Yeah, just replacing Mike. Diane's in there. Jack 8 of spades. Boomer comes along as well and straddle only 30 more or 20 more. I'm sorry.
Brian B jumps in first hand, right? Picks up pocket fours.
Yeah.
Brian keeps asking me to put him on these streams, and he finally got in the game.
He's making the most of it here. Going to take down his first pot.
I like it.
Get this man on the stream.
Juice it up one time. If you guys have any questions about this October tournament calendar or this fall frenzy, make sure to drop them in the chat, and we'll answer them the best we can. We're here for you guys. I got all the information pulled up for you, whatever you guys want to know.
We got Nakram checking in the Facebook chat from Philippines. Wow, appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, very cool.
How's the weather out there right now? October 1st, still there at the end of the rainy season, I guess. Been to Southeast Asia a few times this week, usually in the last few years. This is usually my travel, couple weeks of travel. But with COVID, we made it domestic this time.
Brian picking up big slick second hand in the game.
Nice, going to 3-bet it here, 90.
I like it. Window's going to come along with the 2 black 10s.
Boomer to close it out. Not sure if he's going to let it go.
It's going to get a pretty good price here. It's going to be 60 to win a little over 200.
Yeah. Comes along, 3 ways to this flop. Wendell with a short stack of only 220. But the other guy's over 1,000 deep, so this could get interesting.
I want to see a spicy flop one time.
All D-gens like us do.
Okay, not that spicy. 10 still in the lead.
Yeah, Wendell just rips it in here. Overpaired gutter ball. Gets Boomer out of the way. A little too much for Brian to call with just the 2 overs. Looks like he's going to let it go.
Yeah, Brian drawn to about 22% of his equity. He gets to see both cards, though, but still not getting the right price. Only 6 outs.
Yep, lets it go. Can't heat check first, second hand. I mean, you can.
If you guys are just joining us, we're playing 2-5, no limit hold'em, deep stack cash on a 15-minute delay out of Best Bet Jacksonville. You got myself, Dustin Shacklock, and the E-Train in the building. We're happy to be here. Let's take a look at some stats. We're about 27 hands in. And it looks like so far in the game, John B. up the most after those aces versus pocket nines.
Yeah, well,
Oh, I'm sorry, that was Kev.
Yeah, John B. Stack's going to be off, and Boomer's going to be off a little bit because they gave Boomer that one big win
That's
when
right.
his cards didn't register. So
Yep.
I'd
John
take
B.
1,000 off of each of them about.
Yeah.
I say Kev Trey's the big winner right now.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a straddle or not.
Boomer's still probably down the most.
That's right. John B.
still
made
here,
that big full house.
Yeah.
Wendell picking up pocket tens again. This time he's got mixed tens. Opens to 30 there.
Diane's in here. 7-3 off again? This isn't Diane.
Chris Spalding with a pretty interesting point. He says Wendell could have got more value if he just value bets those 2 tens on that flop instead of just ripping it.
And we know it's less than a pot size bet.
It was close though. He put 223 in to about 275.
Yeah,
Yeah.
275, 280.
But I think the issue is it leaves you a really, really weird stack size on the turn. Like, yeah, you get that little bit of value on the flop, but it leaves your stack like, say he bets 100 there. Now now it's like 500 in the middle, and he leaves himself 150. Like, it's just weird sizing.
Tens, you're betting a lot there for protection too, because you are trying. You don't want to just check or so get the ace king behind you to c bet. And now they're priced in to call 100% of the time. You don't mind taking it down right there. That's one of the better flops for you. When you're not cooler in somebody.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's just an interesting point of view.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing, though, there. He would just leave himself an awkward stack behind.
Yeah, stack size is the main reason to ship it right there.
Kevin Walls in the Facebook chat. What's up, Kev? Michael Salino says, do you recommend Wendell check raising? Well, like Eric said, I think with 2 tens there, you just want to get it in for protection. You don't want to give him 5 cards there. If you get a lucky flop, like a 6-high board or 7-high board, you just kind of want to get it in.
We just missed Diane getting stacked here by Felipe. He had 2 pair. If Diane's hand was right, it looks like she turned the gutter ball, bricked out on the river.
Mark Sama in the YouTube chat says, how often do these games run? We try to stream at least twice a week. Some weeks we stream 3 times, and once we start getting back into tournament season, we'll be streaming on some final tables on Sunday as well.
Yeah, Royal on the Twitch saying she had ace-X, so might have been the ace-7 instead of the 7-3 or the ace-3. And Felipe's 2 pairs. Gets her done. 3rd empty seat of the night. Going fast this evening.
That's right.
Usually they just camp all night long. Maybe get 1 or 2.
Especially in the 2-5 games. Yeah, 2-5 games, they get in there and they stay. Tonight we're burning through the list.
All right, another straddle here this hand. A few lippers.
I think he's on the list. Neither of us realized.
And John's going to check it back. 4 players to this flop. 10-5-4, 2 diamonds. Top pair for Felipe. Top pair better kicker for Wendell's going to lead out here 25.
Kevin McCormick says dropping like flies in the Twitch chat. That means we're going to have a Kelly Slay sighting.
Could be.
Yeah, I was watching.
It's probably getting close to Kelly Slay's bedtime, huh?
You know what? It might be past it, Dustin.
Curveball.
Already? I don't know.
You have to take some pills to stay up this late. I can't wait till he hears that one.
Wendell fires again here, 75. Boomer does improve to a gut shot, but he lets it go. Felipe lets go his bad kicker with the top pair. Wendell takes another one down.
Frank Castle in the YouTube chat says, "Where is George?" We haven't seen George on too many Deep Stack 2-5 games lately. He's been playing the bigger games.
Yeah, just 5, 10, 25. Believe it or not, there's actually better games in the room right now that are 2-5 not deep. You know, because they've been running all day. They get a lot of big stacks. You know, you get guys with 3,000 and 4,000, multiple guys, and it will run. Could you know, it could run for hours and hours and hours. This game is going to run for, you know, about 4 hours, and everyone starts with just 1,500 or less. So there's actually better games in the room at the same stake, believe it or not. And this game's always very good. So that's just really a testament to how good the games are in the room at all times.
Another straddle here, gonna fold all the way around to the cutoff. Continues and looks like big blind gives it 5 more, and Boomer checks it.
Bro, anytime this week. Well, it's Friday. So.
King 5-7, Boomer flops top pair. Makes a
I
small
think
bet.
so.
Wendell nothing, gets out of the way.
There's a couple series going on here. So we're going to go to Tampa next week. We going?
Tampa next week? Is
Yeah.
that the 100K or whatever? I was talking about it with a few buddies. I don't know if we're going or not though.
Yeah, I'm going there with a few people though. 400, 450, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not,
100K guarantee.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not like a
Maybe like 150. You might hit like 150.
Where's it at?
Yeah.
yeah, Hard Rock.
Where? Tampa?
Not far, man.
3 hours?
Yeah, 3 hours.
All right, no straddle this hand.
Yeah, like 3 hours.
Felipe is going to raise it up 25.
I don't know. Last time I went to Tampa, I went for the WSOP series.
It's a 100K guarantee.
Got the Queen 10.
One in Hollywood. Are they doing anything
How could he lose?
next week, right?
They're not doing much.
No.
They have a limited capacity.
Yeah, I mean, they have to hit 250.
Boomer's going to call out of the big blind. Suited 6-4 to the flop we go. Heads up. 10-7 Dewey.
I think it's 8-handed.
Top pair for the pre-flop
I
raiser.
don't know. I'm looking at the one in Hollywood.
Gonna go ahead and
It was,
continuation bet.
100 buy-in, but it's 70 people
As he
max.
would a very high percentage time. 35. Uh-oh, Boomer with some plans here with a 6 high. He's going to make the call on the flop.
I like it.
If he turns some equity, it'd be.
No, I was gonna
Let's see what he did. No. Looks like the turn must have been a complete brick for him. He checks it. Felipe starts the bet, and Boomer folds before we even get a full number out of him.
And then you advance with an extra 10.
Looks like Kevin in the Facebook chat asking about the times for the 1500 Fall Frenzy. Probably we might do a feature table that Sunday. That Sunday time is tentative for the stream. Usually we do final tables. So it's just it kind of depends on when we get down to the final table, when we'll start streaming. There's no way to know. It's based on how many players we have.
Right, yeah.
So that 4 o'clock time for that stream is obviously tentative based on how quickly the tournament, the day 2 goes.
So they think I'm like start back with like 30 or 25 or so on day 2?
I mean,
30,
who knows?
40 or
Might be 50, might be 60, 10%
so,
of the
yeah,
field.
So it could be a 7 p.m.
Yeah,
live
yeah,
stream,
yeah. That one's going to be a late one.
Looks like Boomer's going to bet the Queen 4 here. 5 ways. Felipe going to make the call with the Jack 4. Backdoor diamonds. Looks like Felipe may have raised it to 75 and got called. And then turn and river goes check, check. Boomer gonna win with the Queen 4.
Queen is strong.
Wow.
Guns asking about that Fall Frenzy. That's going to be a re-entry. It's not going to be a rebuy structure, but it's going to be re-entry. Just come in as a new player.
It'll be a good one.
Oh, yeah. Chuck Eggs in the Twitch asking how the E-Train did in Vegas. Well, the 1K did not make day 2. Both flights I played ran
Atrocious.
yeah, ran sets into over pairs, and they got there Both rivers. You know, happens. No biggie. On to the next one. But I made it up in the blackjack table, so that's always good.
Always.
But Mr. Eddie over here ran nice and deep. Finished 22nd out of over 1,500.
Is anybody surprised?
No, not at all.
Me
I mean, I'm
neither.
surprised I didn't win it, but other than that, but nobody's surprised at that either. So
Yeah, I was close again.
Attaboy, congrats.
Appreciate.
Nothing too,
Yeah.
not too shabby.
I'm happy. Good way to start off the post-Corona poker. Just glad to get a bunch of hands in. You know, I was able to
Sure.
record a bunch of hand histories and able to talk out a bunch of spots with all my friends, poker
Yep.
friends now. So, you know, when you're busting the level 5 and 6, it's hard to. There's not a lot to talk about. But I got 30, 40 plus hands recorded, so always improving.
no straddle this hand. John under the gun gets out of the way.
Nuts 904, no giveaway tonight, but we do have your info from last night, so we'll take care of that for you.
Brian gonna raise it up to 10-8 of diamonds. Everyone folding pre.
Y'all want to do bomb pots on dealer change?
All right, it looks like Brian's campaigning for dealer change bomb pots.
You say 150?
50. I'm not gonna give up like you have for 25 bucks.
Damn, Felipe.
Felipe always looking for the action. Tyler saying Wendell looks like the guy off Tool Time from 20 years ago.
Neighbor Mr. Wilson
Wilson?
with the fence. The orange mask was the fence.
All right, Felipe's going to take the king 6 of diamond. Or, I'm sorry, clubs raised up to 90.
That's what. Yeah.
I thought it was those two.
See some free limps out there.
Gonna get Wendell to fold the nut flush draw or the nut clubs. It's always good.
Nice. I like this Boomer guy.
Yeah, he ain't gonna get Boomer to fold. Boomer's here to play. 2, 3 of diamonds. Let's see a flop.
Flop's the best hand.
Unlikely to fold this flop as well. It's a 3-ball.
Yeah, you don't play 2-3 suited and then fold when you flop a pair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that cupcake's got
Oh,
icing.
Whoa!
Oh,
Must be diabetic. What's going on here?
What just happened? Maybe you do. Sorry, correction. I guess you do.
he just called 90 pre-flop and folded for 125.
Called 90 brief, flop a pair, and then fold. What just happened?
It's hard to flop a pair.
It's hard to flop a pair. That was the best hand. I didn't see that coming.
I no longer like this Boomer guy. No, I'm just kidding. You know me, you can't win it if you ain't in it. I'm pairs. I'm not folding a pair.
No way. 1K would have let that go.
That's what the 1K stands for. I never get more than 1K in my bankroll.
Always gets 1K deep in 2-2 games.
All right, we're 5 ways to this flop. Wendell's gonna flop top pair. John B with the 7 deuce, getting 2 pair in there. As Wendell's done every time he's had top pair, he's led right into the field.
When I lead with deuce, I think Sean's going still barley for.
Kev wants to float here with the 2 overs.
I'll probably do Wednesday. First flight is
Bad time because John raises it up.
no.
Wendell does make the
first
call and
flight.
turns the diamond to go with it. Now he's got some more outs.
Spicy turn card.
Super spicy now.
I guess you're planning on shipping it.
If I'm flying, I would have been playing that shit.
Wow, look at Wendell with 16 outs up top.
Flying to Tampa?
A lot of cards. It's going to make the call. 115 to the river we go.
Yeah, backdoor diamond
How about the
probably gets Wendell doubled up.
9 of club? 6 of club.
Yeah, Wendell's got 260
Oh, really,
here.
bro. Enough for these man.
John decides to check it and not put them all in. Not a big fan of the river card. The open-ender gets there.
Yeah,
He gets
exactly.
counterfeited a few times.
169 on power room right
He
now.
decides to play more of the
During the week.
passive side.
I probably would have bet fold
it's
or
not
bet
big.
small, even if it's just 115 again, 125. Because
What size do you think you could bet fold when he only has two?
Yeah.
none.
60.
Oh yeah. Well, with
Or
260.
225.
Oh, I just put,
yeah.
you just got to put it
Yeah,
in there.
yeah,
You
that's
gotta-
what I'm saying.
You got to go all in.
Up until
Oh, we've got 225.
I went like early August, and I'll play a little bit of table games.
And if he has, if he
That's
riv-
what
if
one of
he-
those, like, if he has it, he has
if
it.
you rivered, yo,
If he rivered it.
oh well, yeah.
But you don't think he's going to be calling two streets with draws after leading out? He doesn't seem like that kind of player from what we've seen so far tonight. So I wouldn't have put him on the 9-10.
One of Kelly here.
And I feel him getting a set all in on the turn. So really a better two pair is the only thing that
Yep, 7-6,
you
8-6.
could lose to there.
Looks like we got Kelly Slade joining in the 1 seat, taking Diane's spot.
All right, John's going to bet 45 here with this flush draw. Take it down.
That's Kelly.
Kelly?
Once again, if you're just joining us, thanks again. You got the E-Train, myself, Eric 1K Steinball, along with Eddie Marskoski. Got Dustin Shacklock here tonight as well.
That's it.
2-5 deep stack, no limit, coming to you from Jacksonville, Florida. Best Bet Live. If you're not already, make sure you follow, subscribe, hit that like button. Plenty of streams, couple a week at least coming to you. Make sure you get notified. Get ready for us.
I like that. Get notified.
Yeah. Brian's going to raise up the 8s here to 35.
I know you're just
Felipe in.
I was thinking maybe if I had a hand. I know you had a very big hand.
Something happened.
Oh, a very tiny pair.
Right.
I doubt it.
Casino crowd on the Vegas trip. I'd say the casinos are definitely not as busy as normal, but they would close the pits down, so they wouldn't have a lot of pits open. So they kept them compact in the same areas.
Did they? Were they
Still
going no
kind of felt
smoking?
normal.
I heard a lot of them were coming back no smoking. Is that a thing?
Yeah, all the table games and poker area, no smoking.
Got to keep that mask on.
Sure, but we've all seen the memes of the guy smoking the cigarette under the mask at the slot machine. You know,
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Some places are allowed.
that's Johnny Pham.
Finding a way to rig it somehow.
Yeah.
Like that cage is. It must be like a type of event or something on the floor.
Button straddle here. Let's see, Kelly Slay's first hand of the table. Let's see what he can do.
Maybe there's not being touched.
Button straddle.
Steve says he wished Dustin's name starts with an E so he could call us the 3 Amigos.
Ooh, Frazier with the jokes. I like it.
Felipe calling the straddle out of the small blind with the suited ace deuce. Over to Brian, checks it back, heads up. Check, check. I would like to see Brian bet that when it checks to him. Felipe just completing the extra 8. Doesn't have to have a hand, could easily just take it down. You got the gut shot to go as well.
I'm sure there's a little bit of history there. Brian and Felipe have probably played a lot together. Felipe's a tough opponent. You know, you don't really want to mix it up with him out of position if you don't have to.
Was you ever playing Puka?
Well, that's why he was both position that time. Felipe checked to him. I thought he would have just bet it with the gutter ball.
Oh, that's right. Brian had the button.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
But Felipe turns the ace, makes a small bet, takes it down.
I feel like I may have played some tournaments with Felipe at some point.
Mask look familiar?
He looks a little familiar, obviously. Nose up. Is he a Daytona player?
No.
No?
He's been here a lot lately. Probably last year or so. Been around the card room quite a bit.
Made a nut straight against someone set. And she said she got 7% before that.
No straddle this hand. 5 to go. Boomer with the pocket deuces.
Going to limp in. Brian in as well with the 5s. Like Kelly's going to get to see this flop for free out of the big blind.
Steve says he definitely plays tournaments at our room.
Flop checks around. 6 of spades. Checks around again.
This one's going to be checked down.
5's going to take it.
5's going to hold strong.
Not a real fun board for pocket 5s.
No, you can see why they all checked it down.
Big hand with Ben.
They all had a little bit of showdown value.
Yeah, no real point in betting for anybody.
Big hand with Ben last week. Other game.
At the game was back.
Yeah, no pocket Ben's high kings. A 3-bet 200 for you.
So, guys, we touched on it earlier. Not only do we have that $1,500 fall frenzy, the same weekend we've got a 240 no limit hold'em, 30-minute levels, 15K starting stack. That's on that Friday at noon, and then that Sunday we've got a 360 monster stack, 20K starting chips, 30-minute levels. If you're not fortunate enough to make it to very far in day 2, come jump in that 360 monster stack. If you get here a little early, come jump in that 240.
He also hit quad trades against
All you tournament players in the chat asking me when we're going to get some real tournaments.
Here you go.
They're here.
Aggressive suits, like he has it.
All right, Ben's going to raise a straddle up to 35 with a suited ace.
Oh,
3 callers.
pretty good flop.
Yeah, Ben just flops the boy.
With the redraw to the absolute nuts.
Boomer's going to float here with the king jack of hearts drawing stone dead.
Literally 0% equity. Cannot win the hand.
Felipe comes along. Oh, Boomer turns the top pair. It's kind of what he was hoping for. Doesn't know. He didn't want it.
Just going to cost him more.
Let's see what Ben decides to do here. 250 in the pot.
Yeah, he doesn't want anyone to fold.
Nope, trying to get called by anything here. Boomer obliges.
397 in there. Is he going to go big here on the river?
I mean, I feel like I would myself bet 240.
A little over half pot.
Yeah.
It's going to go a little smaller, it looks.
Yeah, he wants to try to make sure to get called by one pair.
130, 155.
Boomer does make the call.
Chuck Eggs in the Twitch chat asking if the $1,500 tourney is 8-handed. Yeah, that game will be 8-handed.
Off the nuts, you win. Sometimes they run you down.
All of those tournaments we just mentioned that weekend will be 8-handed.
Yeah, I feel like the dealers, the players, all seem to really enjoy the 8-handed.
I wouldn't mind if it stayed that way forever. I do like the 8-handed. Well, I tell you what I hate. I hate the 10-handed. They want to make the, the smaller, huge lottery tournaments 9-handed. Go ahead, but if we could be done with the 10-handed, that'd be nice.
Ooh, Kelly waking up with ace king on the button after it's already raised by Felipe and called here by John.
3-bet time, 125. Welcome to the table. Felipe quickly folds the king 9 off. So does John with the 2 sevens.
On the scoreboard. There goes your shutout.
Only 100 more,
Are
he
you gonna
said.
take the white? Are you gonna go down with the white?
I don't know. That's good. You guys get blinds. I get to play more if I take her with me.
Does the, I mean, I guess not really, but does the 8-handed skew the big blind ante structure a little bit? Big blind ante, when you're 10-handed, I guess is, the same as 10 people putting in 10% of the ante. Skews it a little bit when you're 8-handed, right?
Not if everybody's playing the same way.
Well, I think that
I don't think it really.
I think it's all been figured 9-handed, so just the one's not going to affect it too much. Obviously, there's a slightly less in every pot because there's only 8 players, but not enough to where I don't think it changes anything.
Yeah.
Looks like Boomer's going to call here. The straddle. Flippy's going to check it back. Heads up to the flop. Each get a piece of it. Boomer just check folds, bottom pair.
Yeah, no back doors.
Yeah.
You gotta get out of jacks.
Doesn't like too many turn cards. Probably going to face another bet out of position. Just let it go.
We'll come back in this hand for 7.
Kristen and I were supposed to go to Universal.
Looks like Wendell went and got him 500 more chips.
Yeah, he's seeing this action. He doesn't want to miss out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, all right. I don't want to sit here with 220. If I hit a hand, I want to make some money. Gets himself another stack of green, maybe some more. I may have seen some black chips in there.
No straddle here. Kev with the 9-8 of hearts.
Michael on Facebook chat says, get these boys to do a bomb pot. I think they're going to start next dealer change. They discussed it. I'm not sure if a deal was made, but I didn't hear anyone say no.
Kev decided to limp the 9-8 under the gun. Got a couple more limpers behind. The blinds check. Brian with the only pair. Check around, and Boomer's gonna turn the best of it.
So it was not a good trip.
And check around time on this river.
Yeah, Boomer going to take it down. Profit $50 with his button limp, Jack 8. On to the next we go. Michael in the Facebook chat says, Eddie, in your opinion, what tournament has the best value this month? Well, how could I say anything other than best bet? I'm under their ceiling as we speak. I'm certainly not going to say another one, but obviously,
I think it might have been out of the ones that Dustin was just talking about. Out of the Saddies, the Dailies, the 1500.
what tournament? Oh, which individual tournament has the best
believe.
value this month? Oh well,
50-50, one or the other.
That's always it's always going to be the main. That's going to be the best structure. So I mean, the best players are going to rise to the top more often. And anytime that's the case, that's what I like. The the 360 and the 240, I'm going to play as well, but definitely looking forward to the 1500. I know the 240 and 360 can be a little crapshooty at times. The structure's not as good. It kind of forces you to do some things when in good structured tournaments you can sit back and wait a little bit, which is okay. It's still a skill set, still a strategy that needs to be learned.
We're in a pot here between Felipe and John. John raised the ace-10 pre-flop. Felipe called heads up. John c-bet the flop. Got called. Another check call here on the turn. And river 10. Felipe does not improve. John can check back now with the showdown value.
Yeah.
Takes it down.
You're watching Best Bet Live in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm Eddie Marskoski. Next to me, Eric 1K Steinball, Dustin Shacklock on the ones and twos. This is 2-5 deep stack, no limit hold'em, $1,500 max buy-in.
Thanks for joining us tonight. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Appreciate all y'all. Get over to Boomer here, raising up to 20 with Queen 9.
Felipe on the button.
Slightly better hand.
2 queens, gonna 3-bet. It's gonna get through. We've seen Boomer defend some pretty wide ranges here too, but decides to let the Queen 9 go. Maybe the sizing was a little much. Maybe had Felipe went 75 or might have got a customer.
Anybody out there planning on traveling into Jacksonville here at the end of the month for that tournament? Let us know in the chat.
I imagine there are a few out there listening. Going to make the trek from out of town. South Carolina contingency, Georgia.
John waking up with the ace-king of clubs. Looks like he's going to 3-bet it. 80 after Felipe raises the queens. Back to back.
Back to back queens, Felipe. John B sitting here with 4,000. Has everyone way covered.
4-bet alert.
Looks like he makes it 250 now. 170 more for John. John grabbing his chips quickly. I would have liked to see him at least look like he's thinking about it more. When you grab the calling chip so fast, little information, the other player can be like, oh, okay, well, he wasn't really thinking about raising. He always knew he was calling. And if you weren't thinking about raising, that means you don't have ace-ace. So now we can play the hand with take ace-ace out of the equation.
Eight, 9, 10.
2 spades out there too. Queen's going to continue for 350 here. No club for John B. He's going to be forced to let it go. And Felipe's 4-bet pre-flop pays off.
Yep.
Gets a non-ace for king flop and actually wins a little more. Had he just flatted the 80. Daniel Davis in the Facebook chat says, I'll be there coming from Georgia. Atlanta coming down. I imagine there'll be several from Atlanta. Derek Cutler, saw him in Vegas this week. I imagine he'll be out this way.
Nice easy drive from the ATL. And I know about driving.
And I don't.
We just did a nice little road trip from Denver to Vegas last week. And 1K drove all 1,700 miles.
You're a hell of a wheelman, 1K. Hell of a wheelman.
Tim Anderson in the YouTube chat asking if we're keeping up with the ups and downs. Yeah, we'll post them periodically throughout the course of the stream.
Seems like a good time to do so.
Yeah, we'll do it up. We'll do it after this hand. Yeah, we'll throw them up.
See where they stand.
Kev's going to bet his gutter ball here. And should be getting out of the way. Boomer coming along with the open-ended. Turn pairs the king. Kev bets again, small, 35.
35, not likely to get any hands that call the flop to fold the turn. And he checks it down on the river. Queen high is going to be good.
Be very happy to take her down there with queen high. I don't think he was expecting that.
Steve Frazier says 1K drove 1,700 miles. Eddie slept 1,600. Nah.
I'll take the over.
Nah, I probably slept like 200, 100. Not much. 30 minutes a time twice.
An hour and a half a time, 3 times. Check Facebook. There are 3 separate photo albums, all him sleeping in different shirts.
It was
I have the evidence.
It was 3 times. I don't know about an hour and a half. That seems like you were stretching it a bit.
I don't know.
Just resting these old eyes, you know. Sometimes I'm just collecting my thoughts, you know. I'm in deep thought over there.
I know, I can hear them thoughts.
It may look like I'm sleeping or sometimes even sound like it, but
It's like hell, he's going to straddle the button here.
Oh, we forgot the stats.
next hand on the stats, 100%.
50-50.
After this hand. Jeremy Cheatham says he's coming down from Indy.
Very cool.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a real good turnout here, Dustin.
I think so too. I think it's going to be a wild weekend. I bet the cash games are going to be on fire. It's going to be tournaments going in every corner of the room.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be sick.
Yeah, James checking in there from, says he'll be in there from Charleston as well.
They're coming out the woodwork.
I can't wait. And we'll be right here with you guys streaming that final table.
Eddie should probably be playing on it.
That's the plan.
Big flop here. Boomer flopping the straight. Top pair open ender and John B with 2 pair.
Okay, let's see what happens here.
Kelly wise not to get out of line pre-flop with that 8 deuce. Discipline.
What a nit. Bet of 30. Called in 2 spots. Now the 3 of spades. That's the one that's going to slow it down.
Yeah, flush gets there. Nobody has a spade though. Another spade.
Rough run out. Boomer going to take it down, but not very happy with this run out. Could have won a much bigger pot, especially when he sees these hands.
Couldn't bet it anymore. Two freaking 4 spades. I can't bet
The power of Jack 9 suited. That's right. That's the.
Where's steel wheel?
That's Adonis's hand right there.
Oh, his as well?
He loves it.
Most fish do.
That's right. All right, stats time. We've been talking about it. Let's put them up. 52 hands into tonight's 2-5 no limit hold'em deep stack cash game. Like we said earlier, these that top and bottom stat probably about 1,000 off. The other way, John B probably up about 1,300. Boomer probably stuck about the same. Everything else should be pretty.
That one big hand with those 2.
Yeah. Everything else should be pretty close.
Yeah, just those couple big hands. We haven't seen a nice fat one in a while, so let's see what we can find here. Yeah, that was it. The chop. From the bottom to the top, though, right?
I feel one coming.
James Blick says, I will be in seat 4 at the final table, all in.
Wow, there you go.
Calling his shot.
Calling
I like
his
it.
seat number. I mean, that's impressive.
I like it.
I don't even know how you could do that. We'll see if it works out for him. Remember that, seat 4. James Blick. James Ricky.
I'll take the field.
Rude. I got faith in you, James. Winnow going to raise up the button here with the ace.
All right. I'm not going to get no action. Let's get this game out of the muck, boys. Button straddle from Boomer. He ain't afraid to put chips in the middle.
Well, we know that.
No here though. I do play online.
All right, Brian's going to be first up.
I lost it myself.
Action starts on 6.
Felipe, King Queen suited.
I like it.
Raisey daisy.
5-0 to go. A couple 9-3s out there. Suited ace here for Kelly.
I was gonna say, can you 3-bet me one more time? We're going to the streets.
Once.
That's enough.
Looks like 50 is going to get through. Magic number.
That wasn't my option right there, though. It was 3-bet or fold, so I chose fold.
Yeah, you heard Kelly right there. Said he didn't feel like calling that. He was going to 3-bet it or fold.
Only because I know you're not going to pay me off if I hit my shitty hand anyway, so why waste my time?
Smart.
Let the gamesmanship begin.
The game is afoot. Or is it a hand?
You should have just left that one alone.
That one got progressively worse.
That's the point.
It didn't start out great, but it ended much worse.
Kyle and in there were like third pair.
Yeah, right.
You guys were all
Here
good.
for the comic relief.
What the hell happened? I got bait and switch.
The 2-5
With black arrow.
Raising it up with 2 6s.
It's the 2-2 deep street.
I think we've seen all the 6s, other ones that get folded here, so
That's the game.
Hard to
have
hit,
to hold.
hard to hit a set. Brian's going to call from the button.
2 deep with like 1,000 max.
And the 5-10-25 is good if like the right people are there. Like
Felipe comes along from
Mario
small.
Kart
Wendell faded that flop, but not pretty for 6s.
Yeah, it's a tough flop to see bet, especially when you got a guy behind you on the button. Now this turn is one that we might consider.
I don't know, that's usually like on Saturdays once a month maybe.
We wouldn't think that Brian would check back a queen on the flop, so or a king, so we can think our hand is good here, and even sometimes when it's not, we can get 7s and 8s to fold.
Yeah, and you don't want to let a hand like ace-jack just get there. You got to have some protection.
Yep,
He does bet, takes it down.
yep. Good job there by Wendell, noticing that those very likely his 2 6s were good.
I think I saw 10, 25 PLO. 20, 25, 50. 25, 50.
Yeah,
That's a big game.
Yeah.
You hear him at the table talking about that big PLO game we've got at the end of the month. 25-50 pot limit Omaha. It's going to be a giant game.
So the one that we
Sounds like it.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
I imagine that lineup is star-studded.
It's like every
That game's going to be so
was
sick.
at least
Well, I mean, the last few 5-5 PLO games have turned to 5-5, 10, 25, 50, 100, 200, 400 games. So
If the 5-5 games are getting like that, the 25-50 is going to get next level.
one hand.
Yeah, that game's going to be sick. We're excited for that one.
Or bad, you get there. That's the way you got to get it. Never get anything good. PLO.
all right, Kelly's going to raise the jacks up here under the gun to 25. As we can see, all the other jacks are out there again as well.
Well, you know what? That big PLO game is on the Fall Frenzy Eve. That's going to be that Friday, right before the Friday the 23rd, right before the Fall Frenzy.
Top set here for Boomer.
Oh, ugly flop there for Kelly. Looks like he's going to see bet half pot here. Just going to call here from Boomer. And we know in the booth and at home that Kelly is drawing dead because we saw both the other jacks folded.
Yep, no more jacks in the deck.
Oh, Boomer getting a little too fancy there, checking back the turn.
A couple times he's done this.
75.
Seeing if you do that, I'd like to go much bigger here.
Really?
Hope maybe you run into an ace-king or something. King
It
X-
does get
king
paid
X
off
diamond.
there. 75.
That one's always
75, too small to find the fold after
Yeah, I think it was just checking back
50 on
turn.
the flop. Yeah.
After Kelly checks turn after c-betting, he's thinking he potentially has nothing, wants to get a little something there, I guess, to be able to get some value on the river.
I'd like to still see a bet, even if it's unlikely. You know, Kelly's a tricky enough player where he's checking back some showdown type hands as well.
Oh, yeah.
If I keep playing, I will. I might just call it an early night.
People in the Twitch chat asking if George plays PLO. I heard he's been playing a little bit. I don't know if there's any truth to that. I heard he's been playing small stakes online, trying to get his feet wet. But who knows?
Very unlikely he'll be dipping his toe into the 25-50.
Definitely not. Not right off the rip.
All right, Kev going to raise it up here. Ace, king of clubs to 35. Both the blinds coming along. 3 ways to this flop. Kelly's clubs are dominated here by Kev.
Doesn't matter when you're going to hit the 7.
Playing B.
That's right. With the club, I would assume that he's going to come along on this flop.
55 from the 8. Hold on. Heads up.
Trade's gonna bet 55. Kelly comes along. Board pairs 4. Brings in the backdoor heart draw. Check, check. And at this point, Kelly can be pretty confident, but he checks.
Yeah, it's
Turns into a bluff catcher.
you're not going to get called by
Yeah.
worse in that spot, so let him fire a bluff if he wants, or if you checked it, just able to show your middle pair.
I think it's just regular tonight.
Certainly not like to fold to a river bet, but sometimes they don't always know that, and they'll throw a bet out there with the ace-jack.
We'll see here once the hand goes up.
Yeah, sometimes you can't win. You gotta, if you don't think you can win, you gotta give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Can't win if you ain't in.
Truer story never told.
Button straddle here.
Stino checking in over there on Facebook. Daytona Beach legend.
Welcome to the stream, Daytona Beach legend.
55 from the 7.
Flipper's gonna raise it up here. Jack 6 of clubs to 55.
Joe DeVito saying, what are the buy-ins for that 25-50 PLO game? I assume it's no max.
Definitely no max.
Do we know the min, Dustin?
I think it's 5K. I'm getting confirmation on that right now.
Yes, sir.
Flippy C bets this flop. Kev flops a set. You can see he's got the check mark here on the turn. Flippy slows down with no more equity.
Check 7. 75 from the 8.
Check, check.
No, he bets 75 here on the river.
Okay.
Curtis, I believe tomorrow's the 2-2 string.
Front on the left.
Kelly on another button straddle here. Boomer stepped away from the table this hand. Looks like Felipe's grabbing some chips here as well. I mean, some racks here.
Could be gone as well. Could be our 4th player we lose. Bobby Pluniak, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Yep, played 1 tournament. Got 22nd out of more than 1,500 players. Came straight back.
Just a quick business trip.
Another deep run, yeah. It's close to that final table. Just needed to win 1 run out. Ace-3 got beat by the Queen-Jack.
It depends on.
That's all she wrote.
Yeah.
Wendell bets 15 here with his draw. Kelly calls, and then Wendell gets there.
25 from the 3.
Once Wendell bets again, Kelly lets it go.
So we just got confirmation that's a $2,500 min in that 2,550
2,500 min, no max in that
no max.
big PLO game.
Small little $20 bomb pot or something?
That should be a good one. I imagine we'll have a good amount of viewers that night.
$5 bomb pot?
I'm leaving up for
Okay,
this.
so hold on. So Felipe, you're gonna start the action.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
make sure it goes good. You be the big blind.
We got a bomb pot coming?
And you guys can call once the cards come out. Obviously, the idea of the bomb pot's not to look until.
All right, bomb pot time. First one of the night.
Ship it.
We got a call from the 8. Call.
Idaho, Canada PLO dates for the 2550. That's going to be October 23rd. That's a Friday night. We're playing 2550 pot limit Omaha. 2,500 min, no max. Sick game.
Wendell, you're gonna be up first.
What? Did I change it online?
Hi, boys. Alright, can I go see? Anybody wants water? How and open it?
I'll take it. Thanks.
I'm looking at it right now. It says 23rd, 2550 PLO. Yeah, I'm looking at the same thing, and it says 2550 PLO.
Check 3.
Brian flops the 2 pair with the 10-5 here.
Be hard for one to get away from just one bet.
Straddle or bomb pot, though. Everything's out there. Every 2 pair.
Yeah, the second bet here, though, he can definitely let it go.
Yep. First one goes to Brian. Picks up a quick 270, or excuse me. Adonis tried shipping that one to Wendell. Wendell said, no, no, no.
I was like, this is a damn good bump pot, man.
Oh, I missed the bump pot?
Yeah. Oh, sorry about
Boomer upset he missed the bomb pot.
I'll do none of this.
We were just doing back to back. We just all bomb pots from now on.
It's been so hard that the 10-5 off is good. It just not work.
Yeah, you can't see Flippe did leave us.
What'd you have?
I had a 5 for back to our ace of diamonds.
Got some questions about the game tomorrow night. Tomorrow we're streaming 2-2 No Limit Hold'em Deep Stack Cash. That's another fun one. You'll have Adonis Lane and Chris Brouch in the house calling the shots.
Yeah, I looked down, I'm like, all right.
100 min, 500 max. That's always a pretty fun game to watch. See some wild stuff in those low limit deep stack cash games.
Yeah, I'll be tuning in to hear Brouchy.
Yeah, old Brouch.
Like Brian's going to raise up the pocket 10s under the gun here to 20. Ben going to call from the cutoff, 2 9s. Wendell with ace king. How's he going to play this one from the button? Looks like he's grabbing some raising chips, and he does. 65, or excuse me, 80. It's going to 4x the open.
Everyone's pretty deep here. Wendell's about 200 big blinds deep to start the hand. Brian almost 500 big blinds. I mean, I'm sorry, almost 400 big blinds deep to start the hand.
10s and 9s aren't going to be able to find folds here. As we go 3 ways to the flop, queen 6-4. Checked over to that pre-flop raiser. Let's see if Wendell can continue. He does. 125. One overcard here for Brian in his pocket 10s. Does have the 10 of diamonds. It's going to let it go.
It's tough when you got a player behind you in this spot.
Yeah, and Mr. Wendell, I mean, he's been pretty snug. We haven't seen him get out of line. Honestly, like the only hand he could have that we're beating is probably ace king, right? It's like he has aces, kings,
Right.
maybe
Queen.
ace queen, queens,
Jacks
or
even.
ace king, yeah.
Losing
so,
to jacks, even if he 3-bets jacks there.
yeah, we don't think Mr. Wendell's getting out of line on the button with 10-9 3-betting.
Ooh,
You know?
that snap check makes you feel pretty good about calling with pocket 9s, though, when he snap checks the turn.
Let me tell you, Brian's not going to be happy when he sees this one. Ben's going to take it down with his pocket 9s.
When he snap checks the turn when the queen comes, you almost know that he doesn't have a queen, because a queen would probably bet there.
And even if the queen didn't bet, they would at least
Sure.
think about it. You know, have some
Right.
time. They wouldn't just snap check.
Yeah.
You know, the snap check is, oh crap, he could have a queen, so let me hurry up and get to the river.
We
And in their mind, they're getting the showdown quicker, but they're giving up a lot of information along the way.
we talk about timing tells a lot here on the stream, and that's definitely one. When he snap checks right there, you feel pretty good about making that flop call with 2 9s.
Yeah, and even and then let's say Ben had, you know, some open-ended or a straight draw or something, or now he could bet pretty large.
Sure.
If he knows that his opponent doesn't have the trips and is afraid of it because of that quick check, you can use that against him.
Yeah, it really takes a lot of the super strong hands out of his range, really. Daniel Davis in the Facebook chat says, fire another bullet, for God's sake. Yeah, that's kind of what we were talking about there.
Yeah, if Wendell put some more money out there, it'd be a tough call for Ben on the flop, even with the queen pairing on the turn.
Yeah, I really think if you're going to play that as a 2-street hand, then you should be checking the river. You know, like you should definitely be betting the turn there and then checking the river and hoping to get to a showdown, but you don't want to be checking the turn and then try to bet the river. You know, you're going to get called more likely in that spot, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. Just once you check back the turn, it looks like you're
Trying to buy it.
fully, well, yeah, like you look like you're fully just trying to get the showdown. And then when you change that whole thing by betting the river, something's amiss, you know.
Yeah, when you're in position and you want to play it as a 2-street hand, I think you should be checking the river instead of the turn there.
Another button straddle this hand.
Four ways to the flop here. Ace, queen, 6, rainbow. Brian limps the button with the ace. Or excuse me, the straddle.
Brian turned 2 pair here. Checks to him. Gonna fire again. 50, a little too much there for John to call. Lets it go.
Tyler St. Louis in the Facebook chat, I think, agrees with us, Eddie. Says the story gets all messed up. That's right. When you're bluffing, you got to tell a story. It's got to make sense.
Yeah, you want the story to line up. Looks like Kelly's going to be switching seats.
Kelly trying to get some position on Brian's chip pyramid there.
Yeah, doesn't want that one.
Timmy checking in over there on Facebook. Sounds like Eric. It's me. I'm back.
That's right, 1K. Eric Steinball and Eddie Marskoski, the E-Train,
We both back.
in the booth. Dustin Shacklock on the 1s and 2s.
That's right.
Hope you're feeling better, my man.
That's right, I saw his post. Hope you're feeling much better.
You guys jump in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from, what the poker landscape looks like in your area, where you're playing at, what your games look like. We like hearing it. You know, we live in some weird times right now.
Yeah, let's hear about some of these places opening up.
I heard the Bow just opened this week. I think I heard the Bow and the
Yeah.
Win.
Slowly but surely coming back.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, the players want it. I mean, look, again, like there's so many people out there. They were in danger of shutting down because the line couldn't stay 6 feet, you know, social distance. And there was just, you know, hundreds of people in line.
They're making them stand
Just, you
outside.
know, snaking through the casino.
They were trying to make the line all 6 feet apart.
They had to, or else they were going to get shut down. Like, you know, it was a.
Wow, I'd hate to have that guy's job.
Yeah, there was a few of them. They had a lot of people trying to get everyone separated, but they did it. You know, they was able to run. They did have to cap the number, you know, at the last flight, but so they could have got even more entries.
Got Houston
Larry
checking in.
Cesario here says he's in Vegas now playing 8-handed with plexiglass.
Yep. Venetian had plexiglass, and of course you had to wear your mask. That took some getting used to, all the glares and such.
Sure.
A lot of lights, you know, in a casino.
Yeah, so it was really difficult seeing certain spots depending on where you're sitting with all the plexiglass. Very glad Best Bet doesn't have those here.
Wow, so it looks like Ohio, Delaware, and Minnesota all still no poker. I'm surprised to hear that about Minnesota. I think most of that's tribal property, right? I'm surprised they're not open.
Still shut down in Pennsylvania, we know that.
Gunn saying Cherokee's only 5-handed. I'm actually going to be there next week. I was thinking about stopping through, but
Yeah,
maybe
check
not.
that out. 5-handed, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Play every single hand.
Get you a juicy cash game.
I play every hand anyway.
Find you a juicy table, get to work.
Tim said he was feeling much better. asked if I missed him yet or if we missed him yet. Actually was just thinking of him today because my memories on Facebook popped up, and 1 year ago today me and him went to a concert when Guns N' Roses was here in Jax last year.
Who?
Guns N' Roses?
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
GNR, bro.
Brah. Come on, brah. Heck of a night. Heck of a night.
Harley Smith says Minnesota is open. It's just trash. Oh.
Poker Yoda says Canterbury's open in Minnesota.
Yeah.
They rake too much, they say.
Oh, yeah. I guess when you're Cherokee, there's no competition for 500 miles. You take as much rake as you want.
I've been to some interesting places with some high rakes.
Cherokee's one of them.
Middleburg, Florida showing up in the Facebook chat. Welcome, Aaron. Thanks for joining.
Saw New Zealand as well.
Getting out there all the way to New Zealand. I like it. No cal, 5 and 6 handed. Plexiglass and mask.
Yeah, we started 6-handed here. I'm glad
We did.
we moved it up.
It didn't last long, though. We were only 6-handed for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, 1 week we were 7, and the next week we were 8.
Yep.
We said, that's good.
Joseph Hester saying the Indian casinos are open in California, masks and plexiglass. Oh yeah, I've heard about these outside card rooms playing in tents outside.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Better be tents with AC.
Well, some of those Cali people have been doing that for a while. They were playing over at what's the one over in LA? Oceans, not Oceans. They played outside for a long time in a big tent. Hawaiian Gardens. That's what it was.
Okay.
And now they have one of the most beautiful casinos inside. It is incredible.
Brian Finnis at the Hard Rock Tampa right now playing plexiglass and masks. Larry Cesario says, is Jesse around? Tell him Vito says, what's up? Jesse the boss, if you hear that. A lot of times his ears are checking in.
Gregory Goder asking about the 1500 and the satellites, the cap. I'm not sure, man. I can run that up the flagpole, see if I can get an answer for you tonight. What the cap's going to look like. I'm sure. I mean, the cap's going to be the staff. You know, I think we'll seat tables as long as we can staff them until we run out of space to keep them somewhat distant, I guess.
All right, Boomer's firing that $10 out there on the button.
On the railing or no? Okay, gotcha.
Let's get a big pot going here.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Must not be a list.
No, I just went out and checked myself.
Nobody on the list.
I had them announce it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Trying to get it filled, so hopefully it'll happen here. They must not be watching the game on stream because
Right? If they saw some of these hands.
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, Ben's going to raise it up here. Ace deuce of clubs, 45 to go. Boomer with the ladies on his straddle. Just calls. And that's the kind of flop we were asking for. Coin flip with the overpair, bottom pair, and the flush draw.
Boomer betting 60.
Yeah, and after raising pre-flop, I'm surprised Ben didn't go for the check raise with that much equity. Ooh, that's a big turn card. And check,
Boomer
check.
checks it again. And this is going to kill the action.
And that might go check, check again now.
I think Boomer has to bet something, but I mean, man.
It'd be amazing if Ben could pull the check raise here. One time, Ben. One time.
Keep wishing. 1K.
Boomer could have won a big one
Yeah,
there.
he was going to get called. Full pot gets called on that turn. Go for it, buddy.
Yeah, Ben, by playing the passive, saved himself a lot of money.
What if Ben flopped a set and was looking to check raise the turn, and now you hit the 4-card straight on the river, and you could have got stacks in on the turn. Dealer change. Let's see if we get our second bomb pot of the night.
Do see a button straddle out there if we don't.
They may have forgot about it.
Yeah, they gotten pretty quiet.
Yeah, this looks like just going to be a regular played pot.
Blinds, get out of the way.
Guns 3-3 says they snoozed the bomb pot. I believe so.
Wendell, King 8 off here, raising up to 25.
Dan says, what's a bomb pot? Bomb pot is when all the players put in a set amount pre-flop and they go right to the flop. There's no pre-flop action. So every player puts in 20 bucks or 25 bucks usually here. I think they did 50 last time, but whatever the number is, everyone puts it in pre-flop. Dealer puts a flop out there, and we start with the small blind. And at that point, you can bet whatever you want, but there's just no betting pre-flop.
Gamble time. Makes it a lot of interesting
That's all I'm putting in
spots with the bomb pots. There's 100% range for everybody. So.
Right, yeah. Every 2 pairs out there, everything's out there.
Boomer with queen high, flush draw bets. Kelly with just the gutter ball, probably gonna turn this into a bluff if anything, which she does, raising it up.
I like it. A little too weak to be calling for a gut shot, but we can use that weakness and check raise it with our little bit of equity we have. Gets Boomer to fold the best hand. Well done, Kelly Slay.
I just think he's on the button, so just made it even easier.
Yeah, doesn't have to check raise, we can just raise it.
Tim asking how the trip was. Asked if we were over in Bryce Canyon. Said one of his favorite trips ever. We were.
Yeah, it was one of my best trips ever too. Had a blast.
Yeah, we flew into Denver, did some up to the Rocky National Park, just north, and then we headed over to the Arches, Bryce Canyon. Had a good old trip. Stopped in Escalante, Capitol Reef for the night.
Cave art.
Yes. Old school, wall stuff just north of the Arches.
John B picking up 2 aces here from the small blind. He's gonna raise it up to 30. Kev's gonna call from that straddle with the 10-8.
I think he limped the button. Yeah, he limped the button, chop blocked him, and then John raises it.
Makes sense.
And he can't fold at that point. Once you chop block, you can't fold to the raise. But he bricks out.
John happy that he put the chop block in there, made him an extra couple bucks. Button straddle here.
Well, I didn't look down there. I guess I was looking at the button.
Royal flush wins the next high stakes no limit. None on the schedule for this month. So probably next month sometime when we have the 5, 10, 25 no limit. This month they replaced that with the 2550 PLO. Four ways for the flop here. King, deuce, deuce.
We were going to flick 15 in. Mystery hand.
It's going to be enough to get it done.
Once again, if you're just checking in, join us for our 2-5 no limit deep stack game here in Best Bet, Jacksonville, Florida. Appreciate you joining us. Myself, Eric 1K Steinball, Eddie Marskoski, the E-Train coming with you tonight. With Dustin on the 1-2s. Shot clock, Shatlock.
Shot clock. Kelly going to raise up the ace queen to 25. Kev going to call with the 2 7s in the hijack. And Wendell's going to peel from the small blind, queen 8 of diamonds, 3 ways to the flop. Ace 8 deuce.
Pretty good flop for Kelly.
Yep, he's going to continue. Looks like we're going to be losing Brian now, unless he's coloring up the reds.
Usually don't stand up when you color them up, so. The Kev calls and Wendell calls.
Wow, this game is.
Oh, Wendell, big turn card.
Can't even bracket you.
Now this is terrible. Terrible for Kelly's range. Once he gets called in 2 spots, it's likely that the middle pair is amongst one of those hands that call. He's going to continue betting 75, hoping that he has a worse ace on the hook. He's going to find out the bad news. Wendell with the min raise 150. Let's see if Kelly can fold here for the smallest price. Again, Mr. Wendell not
Getting out of line.
Not likely to get out of line. We haven't seen him really do anything too out of line. And this min raise, would he do it with ace jack? Very unlikely, right? He would probably continue to just call. So what does he have? You know, what can min raise so comfortably here on this turn that just called the flop? An 8. You know, possibly pocket deuces, but nothing that we're ahead of, that's for sure. This isn't a bluff size.
Kelly gonna make the call. Six clubs, complete blank on the river.
Right, that would be disaster.
We're going to big bet here. 300. Kelly quickly folds. Quickly folds, realizing the second Wendell started reaching for chips, so he should have folded that turn.
100%.
It's like, dang it. I was hoping to get the check back.
He probably knew it before he even put the chips in.
There's no shuffle.
Probably felt like this was a bad 75.
After every round?
Usually it's like 3 times per down or so.
Oh, wow.
It's a good habit all over that, so make sure the little foot ahead out.
All right, 6-handed now.
Yeah.
Usually.
Brian comes in, takes a little bit, gets a quick hit and run in.
Can't see him in the rail there. 8C4.
I think he kind of came over to gamble it up with Felipe a little bit. And then when Felipe left, he kind of quieted up and wasn't too interested for that much longer.
Yep, could be like I said, there could be a good game on the outside that these guys are trying to get into.
Any good?
No. 9-9.
So I can chop that last hand. No straddle this hand. You can see Adonis making the cleaning up the area after the player gets up. Happens every table, every time here in Best Bet.
That's right, doing everything Best Bet can to keep players safe while enjoying some poker.
Ace, Queen 8, 2 clubs on this flop. Boomer out flops, Kev. Check, calls super quick. It was only $10, so he decided to stick it in. Check calls again. Not sure what he's beaten with the turn call. Boomer checks back the river, takes the little one down.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There you see the winnings right now. John up over 2,000. Boomer's down over 2,000. I think those numbers might be
Yeah, I think
slightly wrong.
Take 1K off of each, I believe.
Yeah, there was a pot
Outs.
earlier that the hand didn't get recorded. And actually Boomer won it. John lost it.
So Ben's going to raise the 6-5 of hearts up to 20. John calling with the 8s, heads up to the flop. 10-7 boost 2 hearts. Not a bad flop for Ben when he's the pre-flop raiser with 6-5. He does c-bet 20, gets called by John. Oh, excuse me, John raises it to 60. Ben calls the extra 40 and we go to a turn. King of diamonds. Now after check raising, John checks it over to Ben.
75.
Cancel that, looks like he actually bet. And takes it down.
Action on Mr. Wendell here. He's going to limp in with the Queen 8.
You'll see this happen a lot, I believe, Phil, when games start to get a little short. Like you feel like, it's short, I want to just start playing more hands, so you limp a little more wide than you would normally.
Yeah, you know, if you only got to go through 5 players to get to a big blind check, it's easier than getting through 8.
Wendell does flop the best draw here, but Ben's got the 2 pair.
Ben or Wendell fires out that queen high flush draw, 15. Smooth call from Ben.
Oh, Wendell turns the nuts.
Nut flush. Well, except for the straight flush.
I know why. I don't know what's going on either.
Yeah, we've
Couple empty seats.
We've made the call over the loudspeaker. Let everyone in the room know that we got some open seats here. Maybe their games they're in are too good. They don't want to get off their table.
I walked around. There was some really good ones out there. I said this is usually the one where everyone sticks all night. Button straddle here.
Crazy daisy from Mr. Wendell. 2 10s.
He said 10s a lot.
He has.
John gets out of the way as well.
Just a raise and take.
It really hasn't been. It's been a nice A lot of action game. We've seen a lot of bets. Just not feeling it tonight, some people.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they got, well, I guess the first couple people went broke, but the game was good. The game was good early, and we still had people leaving. You know, sometimes it just happens like that.
For limp calling, Kev checks it over to John. C-bets those sixes. 35. It's a fun candidate right there. Oh, I thought he had queen jack of hearts. I was about to say that would have been a fun candidate to get a little frisky with, but not queen jack off.
Little raisy daisy and barrel the heart turns.
I want to play a big pot. I don't even care if I lose it. I just want to play a big one.
Kelly says he wants to play a big pot. He doesn't care if he loses it. He wants to play a big one. We all agree. We'd like to see a big pot.
Mandatory straddle the whole time.
Ooh.
Sounds like they're going to throw that mandatory straddle out there.
There you have it. You heard it right there. 2-5-10 game now.
Is it always in the button?
Well, I prefer the button.
I
Whatever
don't
type.
care. Yeah, okay.
Man, whatever gets it going. I want it under the gun, but yeah, you want it from the button, we get it going.
Boomer makes a 35 here with
We
the
should just
jacks.
take what we can get right now.
I'm happy with that, man.
Kelly not going to be able to play a big one with the 8-4 off.
Not if he folds.
I guess he could have, huh?
All the way to Wendell on the button. Calls a suited queen for 25 more. And flops 2 pair. We haven't seen him slow play much. Let's see if he decides to this time.
Raisy daisy. I like this raise. Boomer opened up pre-flop. Let's hope he's got an ace-king, ace-10, ace-jack type hand, and we can extract the most. Unfortunately, he's got the under pair of the jacks. We weren't going to get a lot of turn bets out of Boomer anyhow. So we didn't lose much by going ahead and raising right there.
Oh, it is a rollover. The high hand? Yeah. So that means you gotta have fun, right? That's what that is. Well, yeah, see, but I mean,
Button straddle, they've agreed to making that mandatory, at least while it's six-handed here.
Forget it.
Kelly out of the way again. Folding over to Ben with the suited ace-10 of hearts.
Raise it up, 35.
Even 10-4, a little wide there for Boomer.
Kelly Slate coming in for the button straddle. Six-handed, I like that. Juice it up a little bit.
Yeah, they've made it mandatory.
Slim Jim asking if there's a list. We already burned through the list. We got through, you know, what, like six
had-
players in the
we
first hour of the game?
I think we had three or four come in,
Yeah,
three or
we-
four leave. And
We incinerated the list.
gotta wait till you get the microphone on now.
You know, it is a little bit slower than usual Thursday night out in the rest of the room. I went out there and I took a look, and we do have slightly fewer games than we normally have this time on a Thursday. I think we
they're
only.
all outside enjoying that different weather.
It's the first of the month, man. Rinse due.
It's tight, man. It's tight. Can't afford it.
Yeah, man. Bankroll takes a hit on the first.
That's true. Priorities.
Yeah.
If you come in this game and play with your rent money, you could have 2 rents money.
That's right. You could double.
Rent monies.
Yeah.
That's true.
Double rent. Kirk Chewy says, "Get me in on the game." Come get some.
So John's going to raise the jacks up here to 40. Ben's in with the 6s and Boomer in with the 7-8 off. Kev Trey can't fold now. Closing the action with 30 more with the jack 10. We go 4 ways. 4, 5, 9.
We're going to have some action here. We're going to see a turn card.
Oh, Oh yeah, a couple people are gonna see this turn card.
Yeah.
160 in the pot. John bets 85, a little over half. Boomer comes along with his gutter ball.
Boomer's in there trying to spike that 6 one time. He doesn't know 2 of them are dead, right?
Yeah. 3 of diamonds here on the turn. John slows down and Boomer checks behind again. 4. John decides to check here again.
Boomer's got to bet this.
Yep.
Knows they high and never good. I don't mind this check, especially with Boomer, who we know is not afraid to fire out some bluffs.
Yep, John calls pretty quick.
Kirk Chewy talking about the quads and the PLO hand, the main hand of the week this week. If you haven't seen it, head over to the YouTube channel and check it out. Turned top boat versus rivered quads in a 5-5 PLO game for piles. It was a pretty sick one.
Yeah, we missed that one.
Jesse, the boss man, commentating on that one, that hand of the week. It's over on our YouTube channel. It got posted today.
Yeah, I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah. Savage turns turns top boat. Garrett.
Talk about Max Payne.
Rivers quads.
Garrett runs good on the streams.
Man, Garrett can make a living playing the stream games.
All right, another straddle here as we continue to have that mandatory one.
Looks like Kelly's bad luck followed him over to his new seat. 9 deuce offsuit. Can't even play 6-handed.
Raising these queens up to 60 here. And that takes it down.
And I want them both.
Slim Jim saw the hand. Savage stands up and claps his hand on the turn, says, "That's me." Bink, quads on the river.
Justice.
Ugh.
Stay seated, sir.
Stay seated.
Stay seated.
Yeah, there's one more card.
The run out's done.
Yeah, one more
Please.
card to come. And it was a 5-5 game, so you can only run it once. That was a sick one.
I mean, 5 quads, I wouldn't run them more than once. Not going to get quads again.
Yeah, I can't win
Well,
it.
you got him on the river, so.
There's no improvements.
It was a really sick hand because Savage had 8-9 Jack-Jack, and Garrett had deuces, and the flop was deuce 8-9. So Savage flopped 2-pair, turns a Jack for top set, and then deuce on the river for Max Payne.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, gross.
Block the 8s and 9s. That's too, but he's got the deuces. Ugh.
Yeah, pretty sick one.
And that's why Omaha is fun.
BLO is a nasty game.
It is.
So I'm going to chop this one here with the 5.
Huh?
Chop it up.
I was betting the 5.
Guys, 10 value.
I didn't bet a whole lot.
10 value.
Were you though for real?
Yeah.
He was bluffing.
You're going with value, then, huh?
I was betting the 5 to see where it was at.
A couple guys in the chat saying that was a fun hand to watch. Yeah, that one was crazy. This hand of the week series we've been doing, we've had a lot of fun hands. It's been a cool thing to do. I'm glad you guys like it. We like doing it. Chopping them up from the stream. Eddie, you've done a few of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoy it. I think it's good advertising just for the stream in general. You know, let these clips get around the internet, and then people say, "Oh, Best Bet live stream. Well, let me check that out."
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's a cool thing. And they're fun. They're fun little 3-minute hands, you know, usually some kind of cooler, some kind of bad beat, some kind of nasty bluff.
Definitely an entertaining hand always.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the set over set over set was ridiculous.
Oh, my goodness. Have you ever seen that live? You've been playing a long time. You ever seen that live?
Haven't.
On the flop? What about you, Eric? You've been around poker a long time.
I've seen it live, just not on a stream.
You've seen it live, flop, set over set over set?
Yeah, I've dealt it. Back in the Daytona days.
Just once?
Just flopped it once, yeah.
That's sick. Most dealers, it's like the, you know, their white whale. Most dealers I've never done it. I dealt for about 4 or 5 years. I've never done it.
Flop set over set over set's pretty rare.
Yeah, pretty sick. Kirk Chewy says, "I'm a walking cooler."
The cooler.
Ugh, don't tell people that. You just can cost yourself money, buddy. You're going to have to become a floor person now. Nobody's ever going to tip you again.
Well, no, that means somebody wins a big pot.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Just not the guy losing.
That's true. Not the guy that started out with the best hand.
Yeah, just don't have the best of it.
That's right. Get it in bad if Kirk's your dealer.
Kelly going to flop top pair here. Wendell with the combo draw going to bet it. That's full pot.
Slim Jim says nothing like best bet, best beats. I like that highlight reel.
Best bets, best beats. Plenty of them.
Plenty of them.
And Wendell gets there.
Wow.
Fires.
Wendell's hand just gets better.
Betting large size here again, it looks like.
105 in the middle. He's going to go 85 or 80.
Kelly's still live. Got a couple of outs up there.
Yeah, he lets it go, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, not getting a good price.
Nah.
Calhoun Kid says, I saw the set over set hand live. Must have been in the game. Pretty sick.
That was insanity. That was a big one. And then the guy who wins it, Mac, ends up going bust later in the game. Has this massive, like,
I didn't see
triple-
that. Yeah,
triple up, and
that was
then
like an
he-
$1,800 pot.
And then he busts. He ended up busting later.
Yep.
Oh, no.
2 kings here for Kev. Looks like he's going to limp in and play it coy. John B's going to raise. 55. Okay, let's see how Kev plays the 2 kings when he gets back to him.
Wow, here we go.
Is he going to continue the slow play, or is he going to put the raise in here?
I think he's going to continue just to slow play it here since no one else called.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
no,
looks
he
like-
didn't. No.
He decides to fire big.
Yeah, letting him off the hook. You're just giving him too much information about your hand too early in the hand.
Large 3-bet as well. 4.5, almost 5x.
Wendell's going to limp in here. Looks like Boomer's going to raise it up, 35.
Kelly continue to not getting too much to play with. Kev calls the 25 in the morning, so does Wendell. We go 3 ways to this flop.
All right. More than $100 in the middle, 3 ways.
$10, deuce, 2 spades.
Everyone misses here. First one to bet, likely to take this one. Ace of clubs manages to miss everyone.
Look at
as
Wendell
well.
here.
Boomer does pick up a gut shot.
Nice, leading 60 out.
Yeah, Wendell knows a 7 high has no showdown value. When that's the case, betting is can't be that bad of an idea.
Not sure if an ace would have been the card I chose into the pre-flop raiser and caller, but takes it down.
Couple limps to the straddler. Looks like he's gonna
Checks
check
it
it
back,
back.
yeah.
To the flop we go. King, queen, 5. Couple kings out there.
Yeah. Wendell's gonna lead out with the worst of it.
$20. John gonna make the call from the straddle. Now he's gonna turn diamonds with his king 7. Also giving him a better chance of not chopping this
Yeah, I
one.
was just about to say that's a great card for John Sand. See if he decides to raise here or just call the smaller bet.
Makes the call to the river. Now he hits his 2 pair. Wendell slows down now, likely going to be check calling. 142 in the middle. Let's see what John decides to go with here with his 2 pair. 75?
Yeah, 50 or 75. Looks
Half
like
pot?
75.
75. Going to get quickly called by Wendell's king.
Wow. Nice river.
Nice. As he flicks them into the muck real
I like
quick.
it.
Says nice river.
Nice river.
Wendell, you had the king deuce.
Good luck to you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, dealer changing up here. Out with the chase and with Adonis.
Yep.
Looks like taking the straddle off this hand.
Yeah, looks like maybe he's forgotten. No straddle.
Oh, yeah, they're getting wild over there. Trying to hit those high hand here.
No strategy this time.
Oh, my bad, my bad. Can I still do it? No?
It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, he just now remembered it, but
Yeah.
there's already been significant action at this point. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I already got action.
My bad, guys. I haven't even looked at my cards yet.
some of the players in the Twitch chat are saying, talking about the players being on their phone. The players are allowed to look at their phone and be on it when they're not in a hand. They are at no time allowed to look at the stream while playing on the live stream. So if they have a live hand in front of them, no phones. So. And this is on a 15-minute delay, so don't have to worry about anything like that as well. And so we go 4 ways to this flop.
Looks like Kev hasn't. Did he?
Yeah, he was only
3-bet to him, it looks like.
30, so he does have.
Like John raises it up with ace jack. Wendell calls king 9. Boomer calls 9-7. And now to Kev with the real hand. Whoa, big raise. 355.
He called 5 and he made it 30.
Oh, you?
From 30 to 355.
He has the action. He does.
Monster sizing here.
I forgot him and he reminded me.
Yeah, definitely not getting a call.
Yeah, a little too large. Maybe just wanted to take it down right there.
He's like, one of those guys are going to step out there and I'm going to get you. Oh, I'm coming for you.
Certainly defining the range of his hand. When he goes 355, it's not a
Aces plus.
It's not a 9-10 suited. You know.
Boomer's going to be first here.
One of these days I'm going to raise 30.
Boomer with the ace queen here, going to raise it up to 30. Fold it back around to Wendell, who lets go the bad queen. Takes down a small one here.
Yeah, there's no list. We literally burned through the
When I
list.
got here, there was like 6 people behind me on the list.
We burned through that.
Why did everybody want to get it? Is there not enough action for it?
Well, normally they'll get on the list and they'll either get into a good game or they'll have something come up.
Actually, yeah, I was gonna give him last one.
Going an hour ago. This one is not
Kelly's going to be first here in the small blind with the button straddle. Lets it go.
Turn on the button, hold 7, call 8. So 1, 2, 3, raise 35, 4.
Kev with the jacks.
Raise 160? Yes, 160.
Going to limp. Boomer raises it up with the king 8, and Kev 3-bets it
Now
to 160.
Now to 160. 3-bet Boomer a moment ago to, or not Boomer, but he 3-bet a moment ago to 355. Now he's 3-betting to 160.
Checking the 8.
ace high rainbow flop. Check, check.
Just a terrible flop for king 8 of diamonds.
125 from
Good turn for both of them, actually. Gives Boomer the double gutter to go long. Trev now feels a lot, or Kevin, sorry, feels a lot better now about his jacks.
King 8 of hearts would have been.
Oh, yeah.
Would have been the
Fun.
one. Yeah.
Kev does bet this one, Boomer lets it go.
Everybody won tonight with jacks except me. Not me.
Yeah, good jacks more, sir.
Oh, that's the album first?
Yes. That's the qualifier.
I like them when I turn sets wrong, usually.
Yeah.
Although that's usually when they show up with the king, queen now.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I don't want to see a queen or a king or a river either.
Right.
So.
Actual beginning with you.
All right, gonna come along here in the small blind with the suited 6, 7 of clubs. Pretty looking hand.
You wouldn't happen. Oh, I was like, you wouldn't happen to have any big chips behind there, would you?
No, put everything out in front visible. Want to be that guy?
Shit.
This time it didn't work.
Kelly's got the jack 9. We're gonna go 4 ways to the flop here. 8, 4, 3.
The fig is up. Read that book. Ooh, they read the book. 35.
Wendell's got a 3.
And he's gonna bet it.
35. Kelly's gonna make the call. He's got 2 overs, some backdoor
Check.
possibilities, and Kev's gonna hit the nuts here on the turn.
Check 7.
Heater
5 of
alert.
hearts. That one's gonna get checked through. Now the 9 of hearts. Checks all the way to Kelly again. Kelly's like, wow, I made a 9. Why don't I go ahead and put a little money out there? 50
Yeah.
bucks. Here comes the big raise. Well, maybe not with the 3 hearts. Yeah, here we go. 150.
Kelly's like, man, can't get nothing going on here right tonight.
Gonna easily be able to let this one go.
I meant to check.
Oh.
Said he meant to check.
Yeah, get the 4 here immediately.
We talk about going for thin value all the time here. Kelly just ran into her here. After
Yeah.
to check 2 on the turn and the river.
Certainly like the river bet for 150 or for 50 into 150, but when you get raised, it's an easy let go. Especially with all this stuff out there.
Kev's takes another one down. Just stacking them up over here.
They're still doing button straddle.
Button straddle. Button straddle.
You see the VPIP percentages. Boomer highest at 54%. Ben lowest at 19. Wendell and John second and third. 40 and 34 respectively.
Yeah, I can see that about right. Makes sense. Boomer's definitely been in the most pots. Wendell came in firing here as well. Wasn't original on the table, but came in bringing the heat.
Played enough hands.
Straddle the button. Throttle on the button. Action will begin in
Debbie Shoemaker in the YouTube chat asking how many starting chips in the $300 satellite for the $1,500 fall frenzy. That's 15,000 starting chips in that $300 satellite with 20-minute levels.
30.
Ram and jam.
Raise to 30.
Wendell gonna take the baby ace here, raised up to 30.
John B, 2 10s on the button. Just gonna smooth call. Wouldn't mind seeing a 3-bet there. Short-handed here. We gotta have some wider 3-bets.
You know, I was just thinking that should be a 3-bet here in this 6-handed game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, it's a spot where we want to put some more chips in the pot. We have position. We're up against Mr. Wendell, who he's a player that we think we can read pretty well. You know, he doesn't get too tricky, doesn't get too out of line, pretty straightforward. Those are good scenarios for us. Anytime we can put ourselves in good scenarios, put a little more money in the pot, let's do it. In position.
Yeah, there's been a couple times where Boomer's had some really good hands and check back and instead of building the pots, where he could have been trying to get some big value out.
Oh, Boomer's left a lot of money on the table tonight. He's checked back some monsters, and unfortunate for him, have just had the worst cards come after. Like, they really shut down all the action. I know,
like when he flopped the straight and the 4 flush ran out?
Yeah, and I know he's hoping that it's just a brick and that we can get some more money in, but you run that risk, you know.
I do notice Kev's been limping a lot, but he has been mixing in those 3-bets as well. So when you're limping these 9-7s and 8-7s and stuff like that, you've got to be limping some of your strong hands as well and raising them, so you can't just get abused.
Absolutely, which he has. So yeah, he's definitely trying to remain balanced. He can have the 7-9 offsuit when he limps, or he can have the 2 jacks, you know.
Ben turns the jack here, bets it, takes it down.
Button moves on to the next one, sticking with the button straddle. Now while we're 6-handed, I like it. Action's going to start on Boomer there in the small blind.
Start on the button action to give it a 4.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere with those suited connectors.
He's in there. Kelly's in there. Window ace, queen. Ben, 2 jacks, going to raise it up from the cutoff. 55 now. Window with the ace queen's going to make the call from the button. Boomer in there with his 8-5. Kelly gonna
closing, but it's a little too much for him to call.
Yeah, little too much there. You know it's gonna come 3 hearts though.
I mean, they have all the rest of the clubs.
Ooh, not a heart out there.
Not quite.
Ben's jack still best, but he don't like the king. He checks. This one gets checked around.
Joe DeVito asking what time the stream ends. We'll run it for a little bit longer, probably another hour or so, maybe a little bit longer. As long as we have some viewers, we'll keep streaming. We're here for the people, you know.
Boomer's going to take a stab at this pot here with his 8 high. Wendell here getting tricky.
Mmm.
I like it.
I like it too. It should get the job done. Repping pocket 3s, maybe somehow a 4. No, 2 diamonds.
Yeah, and he takes it down. Gets the jacks to fold. Says I had a pretty good hand, brother.
I think really the only hand you can think he has there is a 4, right? I don't think you don't really do that with pocket trays. You're not ever really going to do that with the super strong hands. It almost kind of looks like only a 4.
No, actually, I think I don't even think he would do it with a 4 because he'd be worried about the flush. I think he would only do it with a flush.
Okay.
Oh, right, I see. Yeah,
Probably doesn't have a ton of strong hands in his range right there, but it's just a spot that's so likely to get picked up. I don't mind him stepping out of line a bit to go ahead and take it down.
You know, it's kind of like that thing we talked about earlier. It's got to tell a story, and what kind of story is he telling there? It's just kind of a weird line, but like Eddie said, nobody had anything to call him with. You know, it was such a weird board.
Yeah.
The jacks can't call because of the paired board, the diamonds, and the overcard.
And you know, sometimes your opponents they're not aware of ranges and what you should have in certain spots. So, you know, a lot of times it can be a little less useful, like the lower level your opponent's playing on. But that's a good thing too, because we can use much more exploits against those players.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We're going 4 ways to the flop here. Boomer with the mystery hand. Kelly's got the gut shot.
Looks like we got a new player here.
Yeah.
In the 1 seat, B's coming in.
Okay. I think B was on our stream last night, right? I think he was in the 2-2 game.
Came back for some more.
Back for more. Juicy action.
Bets the flop and turns one of the best cards for him.
Wow. Yeah, Win could get Wendell in trouble here if the diamond rips off the river. Looks like he's going to bet 50.
Looks like B came in this game for 400. Not going to get rid of Wendell. Let's see if he can fire one more bullet. There you go. That'll get it done.
Not quite yet. Wendell's still thinking.
That's true. A little less than 190.
B had half the deck. All the aces, all the 10s, all the queens, and all the diamonds.
And still finds a win when it doesn't come.
I like it. That's the way to do it. 295 in the middle of that hand.
Don't forget that heart.
Coming in hot.
You don't need a diamond.
Let's see what you pick.
Try one button too.
I ain't no button straddle you down.
Yeah, we're starting on the button.
It's just 'cause
Had to ask him right after he won the pot. Perfect time.
Get lost at 5, be like,
Yeah,
nah.
like, man, fuck that
Chris
straddle.
over in the Facebook saying B builds a good table image
Ladies
quick.
there.
Clearly, right?
He ain't shy of betting, that's for sure.
Just came in and fired 3 streets in his first hand. Kelly with the button straddle.
yeah, I got them all. Okay, so we'll talk about that. Sell on the button, call 8, pull 9.
Wow. B picking up aces his second hand.
Second hand raising up. That'll help the aggressive looking image as well. Wendell calls with the 8-9 of diamonds. Boomer's going to be calling with the 7-5 of diamonds. Kelly, uh-oh. What's he going to do here?
Such a small raise on a straddle pot. I could see him trying to squeeze it here a little bit.
I can see him make it 120. Good thing he doesn't. Just calls.
Yeah, he probably didn't think it would get through that many people.
I was like, I got a straight flush draw already. That's why I was betting.
I would have likely popped that one up.
We know you would.
I don't want to go 5 ways to a flop. I'd like to thin it out.
2 queens on board, not ideal when you have 2 aces and you get 4 callers.
Right?
Fire out 50.
Talked about that a little bit on the radio show yesterday. How much the value of your aces go down the more people see the flop.
That's definitely true. So Wendell's going to come along with not much.
Oh, that's 2 pair?
That's 2 pairs.
I made.
Oops.
That will go to 0 out.
0 out.
There was only one bad play
Ace
thing I
is
made.
full for B.
Everything else I
I'm
made.
still going to bet at 100.
When I called that ace 8,
Yeah, at this point he's hoping Wendell called with that queen.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh, Wendell stepping in
I
it.
flopped those 3 jacks.
Wendell's repping that queen.
Hand certainly does look like a queen, but
Almost get up out of my chair. I was like, what is he
it doesn't
betting
matter
here?
when the guy's got aces
Like, what is he
full.
betting here? I was like, how did I run
B
into a
quickly
queen
goes all
here?
in for 135 more, I believe,
I was like,
and
I couldn't believe it.
Oopsie daisy.
Wendell able to fold it.
We'll see if that's the high hand.
He shows it.
Trying to big high hand one time.
Just roll over.
Second hand in the game. Turn aces full.
2 for 2. Can't win them all if you don't win the first 2. Wow.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Coming in and nearly doubling up, or already doubling up. Just bought in for 400. I think he's got close to 1,000 in front of him now.
Turn the second nuts and you got a guy betting into you as a bluff, raising you. You lead out with the second nuts,
Oh, man.
and the guy raises you.
You get raised, yeah, it's a good feeling.
I was listening, I went back and listened to the stream, like the whole fucking thing. Oh!
You definitely think you're getting paid for 135 more though. when you put in your last 135 and he folds, you're like, oh, what just happened?
Yeah, it's a little bad feeling like, oh, you're supposed to give me that extra 130.
Yeah, like what hand could you fold there?
Shouldn't have folds in your range. John's going to raise the pocket jacks to 40. B's in there again. You can't win 3 in a row if you don't play the third one.
Heat check.
Boomer with the ace-10. He ain't going anywhere.
I don't know. I represent a pretty big left.
Kelly out of the way.
Good to see Kelly back in the game. I've seen him maybe once
But
since
like I said, I was
quarantine,
making the
maybe
right calls.
twice.
I was like, I knew when people were weak or when they didn't.
Yeah, I think he's only been here once or twice.
You know?
Doing a little quarantine traveling around, you know, enjoying life.
Yeah, he has been. Him and the wife been traveling around, vacating.
Get ace high flop here, but Boomer's gonna out flop everybody.
He'll pop in here for an hour or two, pluck him out a rack or so.
Kev's gonna turn the open ended here. Boomer bets 60 here into 160. Gets Kev to lay down the open ender.
Calhoun kid asking for some stats. Yeah, we'll throw them up after this hand for you. I don't mind.
Kev would have gotten there. Boomer's going to go for super value here. 90. Trying to get called by the underpair exactly like John has.
Your jacks again?
Yeah. Are they good?
He told him he's got jacks.
I mean, might as well ask him if they're good. Maybe he'll tell you.
We'll go back and watch those hands I've had those jacks. I had jacks so many times tonight. Every single time, I think I was smoked.
Talking again here. Sounding pretty confident.
Definitely sounds confident.
Especially after you told him what you had.
I'm playing open Texas
Oh, you got
Hold'em.
jacks? I can beat jacks.
Yeah, you get more confident when you know what they have and you're beating it. John gonna make the good fold. Don't pay off that milky 90.
All right, guys, 102 hands in to our 2-5 no-limit cash game, and this is what the stats are looking like so far.
B up 560, and he's only played 3 hands.
Wow.
I've had jacks several times
pretty
tonight, and
sick.
every time
Yeah, welcome to the
the
game.
flop comes something stupid.
Like that flop?
So that Kelly stat, what did he look like before he changed
No,
seats?
last time I
Because
had
that's when
jacks
the
become ace queen
that kind of messes with the
three
stats
clubs.
too.
I was like, you gotta be
I don't
shitting
even
me.
know if he
And
put any
people
significant
were
money
betting
in. He's
calls.
just
That
I was
150.
I'm
That
done.
75 on
I mean,
that,
how
with
did
the
you-
jack 9
that
on
was
this
in,
seat.
but that was in this seat.
Yeah, that
I
was
don't think he put any
150
significant money in
lost.
the one seat.
That was the
I think
pre-flop
he's down right about that, 400
Okay.
or so.
All right.
We'll get there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 25, it's good.
I shouldn't have bet, guys.
You know, I was talking to you.
I'm sitting here thinking about my jacks. I just folded.
Everybody at the table too.
Boomer just flats the 25 from Wendell with ace king. Bob Owen says, what's the normal buy-in for this game? This is $800 buy-in on the floor, usually every day, but when they live stream it here, you get a little extra, $1,500 buy-in on the live stream. But the 2-5 games that are ran in the room are usually 800 max.
Like to juice it up for you guys a little bit here on the live stream.
Yeah, of course.
It wasn't coming, bro. That ace wasn't coming. Nah, it wasn't coming though, man.
Pretty good turn card for Boomer. Wow, doesn't get there. Ace king whiffs again. Looks like he's going to turn it into a bluff though.
65.
That's about all you can do in this spot. Get called pretty quick there from Mr. Wendell with the mystery hand.
Looks like a pair. Shows him jack,
I had the heart.
ace jack.
Ace jack it looks like, yeah. Looks like just one pip on that first card and a face card.
I folded before.
Oh no, looks like we're chopping it up. Does he have ace king?
Hero call.
Oh, wow.
Chopping
Wendell.
it up,
Hero
wow.
calls him on the river with ace king.
Everything gets there. The one-liner to the straight,
Wow.
the flush.
Not non-believer. Boomer saying, darn, I didn't get that one through.
Yeah, that ace of hearts. There's 3 hearts out there.
I'm trying to figure out what I folded to. It's $50.
To be honest with you, I can remember if I had some hearts.
Yeah, definitely folded the best hand.
No fold 'em, hold 'em. Leonardo Brown in the YouTube chat says no fold 'em, hold 'em. I guess that's what we're playing now.
I mean, if you've been best bet,
Yep, straddle on the button.
you know that's.
Oh, you know.
It's a lot. How it is a lot of the time.
That's
When you go,
right.
they go with that 1K mentality. You can't win if you fold.
That's right. A lot of people have that. Can't win it if you ain't in it.
My bad, man. I saw cards go in after I was eating.
They didn't wake up, get in the car, and come here to fold.
That's right.
Boomer's going to come in here. Dolly Parton under the gun for 10. Over to B.
That was accidental. Check.
Raises 10 more to 20. Just trying to juice this up a little bit with the Jack King.
I was expecting a raise. $100 more.
Was that basically a min click there? With the King Jack offsuit?
I was like, I can't help it.
Just got it when I got it.
10, 7, 6 rainbow flop.
Check 9 and 50 from the 1 seat.
Going to check back around to B, and he's going to bet 50 here.
Call in the 4, call in the 8.
Yeah, good fold there by John B.
Three-way action to the turn.
2 calls, a lot of your outs will probably be taken.
Check.
Queen of Hearts, great turn card for B. Still not sure what Kev has here. Boomer checks it again.
Check it. 200 from the 1.
200 here from B. Nice big bet, putting that pressure on. Gonna take it down.
Well done, B.
Power position and betting.
Getting the bluff
right.
through.
Power of black chips. Put the power chips in play.
He knows the last thing they saw him play was those aces full. He bet strong he had it, so let's go ahead and use that image.
Chris Spalding in the chat says, what do you guys think about limping with ace king? I think it's all situational. What do you think, Eddie?
I don't really think I ever do it. Ever.
Yeah.
Like ever. I don't. See, the good thing about cash games is you're always deep. You should always, be
Action starts in the 3.
relatively deep, 60 big blinds plus, I'd say. Sometimes 200 and 300 and 400 big blinds deep.
Hopefully that deep.
So there's no real point in
35 from the 4.
trying to limp raise, because we want to build pots. Like that's what we want to do. When we got players that are 300 big blinds deep,
I think you said 4.
you don't want to limp trap them pre-flop for their $70, right? Because you're giving away all that information about your hand for $70. Now $70 when you're 300 deep, isn't bad. But $70 when you're 3,000 deep, is not worth the information you're giving up. So let's just build our pots.
Yeah, we've said it a couple times on the stream. That play is never not the nuts. It's such an outdated play. The only time you ever see it, it's pretty exploitable to just fold everything worse.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You just that's where giving up too much information about your hand. Like you don't do that unless you start doing that with some weak hands down in the bottom portion of your range. Like you shouldn't be doing it with just the strong hands, because at that point it's just too easy for the people to read, and they can just fold and be on to the next. And now you're actually making less money than you would had you just played it normally.
Right. It's never not the nuts.
Looks like John's going to take this combo draw and be a little bit aggressive here, raising it to 150 after Boomer leads out with his 9s.
We know Boomer doesn't really like to fold.
Yeah, with no spade in your hand.
Sure. He's thinking, well, I could catch a running 8-10 here.
And you're actually blocking some hands you want him to have. Like you want him to have like 8-9, 9-10, 9-5. Some of these gut shots, but we got the 2 9s. We blocked the straight draws we would like him to have. Although we do see him, he does have one of them straight draws. But John B. Aggression's going to be able to take this one down with 5 high. Gets the 9s to lay it down. I like it.
Did John B show him the hand? Is that why he was shaking his head, or was it just out of pure frustration?
I believe it's just frustration.
Yeah. I think he just didn't want to lay that one down.
That's one of those spots where you can almost feel good about that fold, because even though you're ahead, it's one of those spots where you're barely ahead or you're way behind. You know, you call there, you still got to sweat the turn in the river.
Yeah, that's why I probably ended up fold.
Yeah, that's just kind of
can't
a
face the pressure on the turn. Really.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough spot. You're either way behind or you're just barely ahead with 2 more cards to come.
You good? Kept right drop there, buddy.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us, watching 2-5 No Limit Hold'em, Deep Stack Cash. Got 3 streams in this week.
That's right. Tomorrow night, 2-2. Got V. Adonis and Brouch doing the commentating. Should be a good one. Tune in for sure. I'll be there.
Yeah, if you think I'm funny, which I don't know why you would, Chris would be going to really be funny.
I mean, that made me laugh.
Funny looking.
4 ways to this flop. Boomer going to flop top pair. Gutter ball here for Wendell. Kelly can't hit anything still.
Boomer fires out 75.
Wendell in
Pair
there.
would be fun.
Yeah, Wendell in there with the gutter ball one time.
Oh, 2 pair would be fun. 1K calling it. Let's see how this one plays. 330 in the middle. They don't have a ton here.
Yeah, Wendell just a little 2 to 1.
115. Wendell's got 636. He says all in.
He said a bad word and then said I call.
Wow.
He was upset with it, but did quickly call.
King 9 for the gutter ball one time.
Yeah. Boomer not too happy to see that hand.
Hard to blame Boomer there. Top 2 pair. Wendell could have 10 jack, you know, and be doing the same thing.
Yeah, he didn't 3-bet ace, you know, so ace king's probably not one of them.
Yeah, we're not giving him ace king.
You could have some queen 9s and some jack 9s,
Yeah,
like
some
paired open-enders.
queen X of diamonds, you know, like ace queen of diamonds type hands.
Yeah, there's a lot of hands in there that he does that with.
But Wendell did have the king 9 there. Showed Boomer the bad news and is going to get the full double up.
15.
Chris says, get Boomer some tilt juice. Dang, what a turn, right?
Tilt juice. Is that alcohol?
I don't know. I feel like they put that in my drink as soon as I walk in.
Like it's flowing through my veins at all times.
Yeah, they just put it in the water fountain.
What's the flavor on
How
that?
many times I folded 2 pairs?
Yeah, they
ago?
got different
On the
flavors.
flop?
Like Red Bull?
On the flop.
One time.
No, go back and watch it.
There it is. Mr. Wendell getting some of it back.
Pretty hard to
Got it off Boomer.
Well, I know what I'm saying. I flopped 2 pairs.
Yep, it's spiked his gut shot on the turn, which gives Boomer top 2. No way they weren't going to get it all in with the size of the pie and the size of their stacks.
Playing for stacks at that point.
Looks like Kev Trey left us for the evening. Had a nice night.
Yeah, he did.
Cruised right along.
I can't
I believe he was the biggest winner of the night when he left.
I think he played well as well.
Yeah.
I think he probably played the best.
I don't know how that happens.
Chris with a pretty good point in the chat says it was a good all-in by Wendell. Looked really bluffy, especially against Boomer. Sure, yeah, like we said, there's a lot of like one pair combo draw type hands he's going to have, whether it's diamonds, whether it's like a jack 9, you know, like a pair and an open ender, or king jack, something like that.
Yeah, and we know that card hits so many 2 pairs.
Right.
And whenever Boomer double barrels on the turn, we can be pretty sure it's a value type hand. Or if it's not a value hand, it's a big draw type hand. Either of those hands we're getting all in, so I agree. I like the jam.
Yeah, there's just no way we're not playing for stacks at that point. Missing some hole cards here.
Looks like Mr. Wendell's going to take another one.
Winner, winner.
Did anyone else even have cards?
Not important.
Nah, yeah, irrelevant. All right, looks like we're back to 6 max, 2-5 no limit. Well, that's cool. We say it all the time on the radio show. We like playing short. Get to play every single hand and not feel bad about it.
Eddie doesn't feel bad about it anytime.
Never.
That's right.
It's my favorite thing to do. Looks like the straddle is not on this hand. Or is it?
I
No,
believe that's
there it is.
incorrect.
There it is.
Don't you disrespect Mr. Kelly Slay like that.
He wouldn't forget. He wants this game to play a little bigger.
So Ben's going to make it 35. Wendell comes along. Kelly lets it go. Classic race. Eights hold the flop.
Good flop for 2 8s.
Pretty good flop.
1 spade out there from Mr. Wendell. Not good enough to continue.
No, you didn't.
I think Wendell forgets that they can see this
Yeah.
later.
You know,
That's the
he
third
might have been
time.
asking him if he
Third
had ace
time.
king. He might have said, "Did you have ace king?"
Maybe.
Remember earlier when he was like, "Oh, nice river."
Nice river with the king deuce
when he had the
against
king
king
deuce.
7.
Sure.
That was a smooth one right there.
Classic. We've all done that.
Absolutely.
Nice catch.
I had you till then.
Yeah.
Then when he had that,
Well, show me your hand then. Ah, muck.
and when he had the ace try, he was like, "Oh, I had a big hand." When he just bluffed with the ace high to get the jacks to fold.
Yeah, he thought I had a big one. He's definitely throwing out some misinformation.
Misdirection.
It's part of the game. It's part of the strategy.
Of course. What are we doing here? You know, this is what we're doing.
Boomer trying to get some of it back. Looks like he's only got 145 left in his stack. Ouch. He had a mountain of chips about 2 hours ago in this game.
Just ran into it all night.
Just
Been-
ran
been
into
up
it,
against
yeah.
Bluff's gone wrong. All the bad stuff that can't happen.
John B here is going to get the best of him with the kicker again.
You got a queen?
John put a little bet out there.
Yeah, going for some thin value.
And he said no whenever Boomer said, "Do you have a queen?"
Gets him to call.
Oh, if he says no, "Do you have a queen?" you know he's got you beat.
Right.
He wants you to put 25 in there. Because if he was bluffing, he would want you to think he had a queen.
John says 7. Boomer thinks for a second he might have it. Sees the bad news.
Yep.
Boomer tries the hero call there, gets out kicked.
Oh, no. One more free one.
When it rains, it pours. Boomer sitting here with about 150 now. Button straddle. Boomer limps in,
Oh, we know what's going to happen here.
hoping somebody raises so he can get his 150 in there. Excuse me, 105.
No one obliges.
Oh, doesn't get his wish. He might just. I think he's tilting. He might just rip it on the flop anyway. Oh yeah, gutter ball.
Flops the gutter and 2 overs.
B's got 2 pair.
Somebody bet. B bets 20 with his bottom 2. Looks like he's
Stacks a little more. Yeah,
he's
it did
got
start the
more
hand
than
close to
105.
150.
B gonna put them all in here.
I would have loved the overbet there. Looks like B did make a bet, verbalize
Yeah, I think
something.
he just said all in. So B continue up over 1,000 now. He came and bought into this game about half an hour ago.
400, yeah.
400. Just like that, he's up 600.
I love those days. They're
the
few
bucket
and far between, but when you hit them, they're.
Especially when it happens so quick, you know. You
Yeah.
come in, you're up a quick 1,000, thinking about leaving. You know, maybe I should go hit the movies. Maybe I should go enjoy the rest of my night.
That's when you give it all back. You say, I drove all this way. I don't want to go home just yet. And then you give it all back.
Yeah, and then you end up rebuying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was famous for being up or down 2 buy-ins within the first orbit for a long time.
Just come in firing. What do you mean, were?
Yeah. I just bring 1 buy-in now.
2 kings for Kelly. Wendell limps in with his 2 ducks.
We know Wendell's not going to be folding, so let's hope Kelly can avoid another set.
Kelly been quiet. Raises it to 45. John gonna check his Twitter.
Ben also with the ace queen lets it go.
Say what?
Does that look correctly?
Wendell's gonna make the call. To the flop we go. Jack, Jack, 5.
Chris Spalding said, "This is awesome. So glad I found Best Bet. Good stuff. Thanks, man. Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
make sure
appreciate
you
you, Chris.
make sure you hit the notification so you know when we go live. You can tune in. We'll be
There's
live tomorrow night.
There's the king's full. Now Wendell fires out 100. 125. Kelly with king's full gonna have to put a big bet in here, hoping Wendell shows up with a jack or 5's full.
Yeah, Wendell took a pretty similar line with the paired board on the queens when B had the aces. Same thing. Ran it into the nut boat when trying to rep top set or top trips. Like the aggression, like the idea is just running into it.
Yeah, big one. I like it. Unfortunately, we know Mr. Wendell's not going to be able to call with a pair of deuces, but the time he has pocket 3s, pocket 5s, or a jack, we get it all. And I wouldn't want to make it, say, 400, and then he'd show me ace jack, and then I would have known I could have got 1,000.
He asked how much it was. He hasn't folded yet.
There we go.
We expected that, but Kelly finally getting on the good side here.
Yeah, Kelly was patient. Finally picked him up a 235. That's going to get him closer to even. I think he was down about 4 or 5 before that hand.
Down about 400. Yeah, chipping his way back up. Sometimes it be like that.
You do.
It's hard to be patient for Kelly when Dustin said it's already past his bedtime, you know?
That's right.
So sleepy.
Yes.
Mr. Wendell going to straddle that button.
Ooh, chip fumble.
Use those green chips. Raise it up.
There he goes. 55 from Ben with the 9-7, showing us he can play both ends of the deck.
Wendell, 5-6 of spades, going to come along.
Mr. Wendell says, oh, you can play both ends. I can too.
B makes a disciplined fold from a lot of people when they limp those ace in their last one call to raise, they'll just go ahead and get in there.
Wow.
Ben's going to flop 3 7s, and Mr. Wendell flops a flush draw. Could get dicey.
Yeah, could get some nice action here towards the end of the night. But Kelly did stay in this pot as well. Suited ace. Not the flop he was looking for. Boom.
And there's the flush for Mr. Wendell. Ben does not want to see that.
Still got 10 outs to improve.
He checks it. There's a big bet, 300 here.
And he bets so fast.
300 into
bet.
300. He ain't messing around. Except the 6-high flush. He doesn't want another spade to peel off. Ben's going to make the call.
Yeah, how do you fold there?
I mean, that's the size. I mean, prices you out a lot of times.
That's like, there are some sizes that can actually get you, that allow you to fold.
Check, check.
I think that's one of them.
Does not like that king of spades on the river.
Yeah, it might have saved him a little money depending if he felt like Wendell was getting out of line or not.
Thank you.
You know, no offense to Mr. Wendell, but he's obviously an amateur player, and you just don't see a lot of pot-sized bluffs from amateur players, right? Because in their mind, they think they can go smaller and it's the same thing, and a lot of times that's true. So you know, when the guy calls you on the flop with 2 spades out there and the 3rd spade hits and you check and he fires full pot, we can be pretty sure that he has way more value than bluffs. Way more.
Kelly waking up the ace-queen here in the small blind. Looks like he's just going to call the extra 8. Wendell didn't come here to fold, and Boomer checks back.
And then with the 9-7, it's a spot where even if the board pairs and you do fill up, no flushes are going to pay off anything when the board pairs. You know, you got to hit your 9 to really make any more chips.
Yeah, that's a good
and
point.
You got to hope it's not a 9 of spades. You know, so I mean, you're calling for 2 9s. It's just you're going to call 300 to hit 2 9s.
Sure.
Checks over to Boomer. He just shoves his stack in, gets a fold from everybody, takes down the small one. He'll take them all at this point.
Boomer ready to get that stick of dynamite in there.
I like it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Blind's coming around, going to be 20% of his stack here pretty soon.
B raising the king 7 off to 15.
I'm going to say we'll see him all in before then. Before it gets to his blind.
Not this hand.
Kelly can't fold for 5 more. And it was a little interesting, the $10 straddle, and he ended up raising only to $15. And here in Best Bet Jacksonville, straddle counts more as a raise than a 3rd blind, so the difference between the straddle and the big blind is the minimum raise.
Legal raise, 5 more.
King high? Good.
It's weird how that rule changes in different places.
Yeah, this is the first place I'd ever been that had it this way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, usually it's double.
Yeah, everywhere I've always been, it's just like the 3rd blind.
Yeah.
Because it's not a raise. But I feel like if it's like that here, it must probably like that way at the win as well.
I feel like it's that way at the win. I don't know that I've ever seen anyone try to min raise a straddle at the win.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not like a
that's not a thing.
I don't
yeah,
even,
it's just not
like
a thing.
we just saw it here, but I don't know if I've ever even seen it before that. You know, like
I've had it as a floor call
guy
a couple
makes
of
it- guy
times.
makes
What
it 15.
what can I raise to?
Yeah.
B. Cowboys here. Just going to call the straddle.
Limping in. Ben gonna raise. Uh-oh, we might see Boomer all in here. Yep, definitely. And then we're gonna see B over the top, I would assume.
Open it back up.
Yep.
Look at B with the come up.
Oh.
$700 in about 30 minutes.
Tough spot here for Kelly. Boomer certainly can be extremely wide with his 145 all in.
Yeah, but Ben's been pretty snug.
Ooh.
Wow, Kelly doesn't even give it a second glance. It doesn't look like Kelly rockets it in the muck.
Well done.
Yeah, nice fold by Kelly.
All right, let's see what kind of fun we can get into here.
Okay, so B just calls.
I mean, I know that we can see the hands, but that fold kind of surprises me by Kelly. 6-handed in position for what was it, 115 or 125 or something?
Well, the raise reopened it up.
Yeah,
Ben
yeah,
hasn't
I
raised
mean,
too much. He did just raise the 9-7 diamonds. But that's probably
Sure.
only the 4th or 5th hand he's raised the entire night.
Agreed.
So
B fires out 200 on this flop. I'm a little worried about them 2 clubs.
Yeah, I guess the opening it back up is a good point.
Yeah.
You know, Kelly doesn't want to call the 145 and turn around and have to call 600.
and
Or
that
I
run
mean,
out
just
will do it.
muck after the 600.
B shows him the bad news again.
Yeah, and you don't want to put 150 in and not see a flop. You know?
Right,
Especially
right.
in a 2-5 game, that's ridiculous.
100%.
Play it safe.
You know, I was just thinking the ace queen 6-handed, very very strong hand.
It is.
But yeah, after against a raise, a re-raise, and an all in.
Yeah, I think that was a good fold. No, I don't know if I would have made it.
Right. That was more where I was going with that. I don't think I folded. I don't think I could fold ace queen off
I
right
would have
there.
been salivating over Boomer's 150.
Yeah, it was more of a congratulatory statement towards Mr. Kelly. That was a good fold.
Probably would have min raised it like 250 or so. And then heard the bad news when B said all in.
Looks like that'll be the end of the night for Boomer.
Down to 5
Ran
now.
into it all night long.
Yep, going to be a night Boomer's not going to want to remember.
Kelly going to raise it up here to 50. B calls and they go heads up.
9-5-2, 2 clubs. Lots of stuff out there for Kelly.
Oh yeah, definitely going to be c-betting this.
So he bets 50 again. B going to let go of the ace high. B sitting there with 1,400. He bought in for 400 about an hour and a half ago.
Easy game.
Coming in 6-handed and making him a quick 1,000.
Now we're sticking with the button straddle here.
Mr. Wendell in there for 10. Kelly with the 2-6 is going to come along. John's out. B with a small raise to 20. 10
Gets
more.
the straddle out of there.
Did it?
Yeah. Wendell and Kelly both call. We're 3 ways here.
Queen 3 Dewey.
Kelly still with the best of it. Just going to check around. Not anymore. Wendell turns top pair, leads out here. Going to get the fold from Kelly. B folds as well.
B not going to come along with the gut shot.
It looks like that's going to be a night for him here tonight.
That's right. Looks like they're going to call it here as they get down to 5-handed.
That was John's last free hand, so he decided to call it a night.
We see the last numbers here. See how they finished up. Here you go. John B, big winner. Again, probably not quite 26, but probably somewhere around 2,000.
Yeah, between 15 and 2 there. You saw Kev just left a few minutes ago, was a big winner as well.
Yeah, B coming in hot, coming in winning about 1,000 real quick.
What a run.
Yeah, that's going to be it here for the E-Train. I'm Eddie Marskoski. That's Eric Steinball, Dustin Shacklock on the 1s and 2s. We appreciate you joining us. Remember to like and subscribe on all the platforms. As always, poker players, keep repping the nuts.